repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man to go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
sense.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading on lies, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Popping is swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around us, how it's gonna be. We keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. We keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
All right, hello everyone. I don't know what happened to the video. I don't know what happened. It just cut off. Okay, so I had to go ahead and go live so I can show it for you all. I'm just going to share it on the screen, okay? And I'm going to give everybody a few seconds to get back in here, all right?
It's the one and only queen of receipts, the dropping gems in these YouTube streets. The lawyer voice, nowhere to go. Tune in for the infamous morning show, giving the news that you need to know. So don't you dare miss the wake-up call. Then in the evening, I got all for y'all. Get your dose of daily vitamins. You know the queen makes it make sense. So true. a sex game. My kick, the words, my faith, can't even only be money say. It's like an earthquake, don't calling you out. Queen of close to head, just get it from the bound. Such enough to play, easy, just a more for
Mira esto.
Ben ne çok hediye edin geldim Allah. Ana sen...
Okay, so that is all so crazy. Re-educated Soul said, I'm cooking and trying to see some wigs get cooked as well. You all are so nefarious. Okay, so like I said, I don't know what happened. The stream just cut off, honey. Maybe I uploaded the wrong video. I don't know. Or maybe Wig put a spell on us. Maybe Wig put a spell on it so it wouldn't play. Who knows? You know she does tarot cards, okay? So with that all being said, I'm gonna give everybody a chance to get back in here. Excuse me. Hey, Nita and Mike's World, Re-Educated Soul 215. Okay, Al B. Chill is here. Be the Difference Clothing. All right. Andrea is here. Said, beautiful introduction, Queen. Thank you. Y'all know I be trying to do a little something, something. Okay, most hated bronze flat power God said, Queen about to be petty, and I love it. I know you do. Okay, and so that all been said, everyone please hit that like button. Remember, it doesn't cost you a thing. I see you, the lovely T. Anita Harrell is in the house. Andrea Jones, Dana Mitchell, Darion J. Okay, Nadiji Studios LLC is here. Said Sassy Dancer. All right. So that all been said, listen, I'm going to go ahead. Hey, Letitia Smith, Israel. Lola is in the house. Now, for some of you, you possibly saw this the other day. Hey, Perplex. And shout out to my moderators putting in work. Okay, my moderators work really hard, you guys. Okay, so give them a shout out. And let's not forget all the people who donate to the channel and specifically, sharing memberships for other people. Okay. So with that all being said, DSB, James Allen, Desmond, okay, and everybody else, I appreciate you guys. Only one Adriana is in here. All right. So let's get into it. Lola says, Tisa do be lying, bless her heart. Okay. Yes, she does. And I wouldn't even be calling her out for her lies if she hadn't been running her mouth about the Queen. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and listen. I'm going to share the screen and just let you all watch this because this was actually supposed to be a premiere, as you know. And so, due to technical difficulties, I had to get back on here. I thought I was done for the night. Andrea said, Queen, you have me cracking up right now, LOL. Okay, I'm just being serious. Hey, Joanna. Okay, so here we go. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Listen, don't forget to hit the like button, guys, okay? It doesn't cost you anything, and I absolutely appreciate it. All right? Calling out Tisa Tales for telling lies. Now, I already told you all that she'd be making up stuff and telling lies, and the only reason I
even ever mentioned her as far as calling her out is because she was going in lying, saying that I was using her receipts when in fact she was using mine. And second, when she said that I looked like a drowning rat and a hamster. Okay, and I had never said anything bad about her. I had in fact shouted her out a myriad of times for her work on Diddy until I started realizing she was making up some of the stuff. Okay, mixing truth with lies, just like Miss Adria English, not to that extent because she's much more crafty, okay, with the way she does it. Please pay attention.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so don't forget you can purchase 12 Tribes at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts, and also you can purchase it at Walmart.com. Okay, so I mean, y'all heard that stuff she was saying. Okay, and then for anybody to sit up here and suggest that I'm blaming the victims or shaming the victims, please have several seats because that's the last thing I'm doing. Okay, unlike some, I'm just telling the truth. Okay, absolutely, just anticipate. Thank you, Laverne, beloved. Okay, so now let's get into the rest of it. Because I told y'all I don't have any problem calling out lies. Now, I want you all to pay attention because this young man here is actually one of Tisa's former members. Okay, he was formerly a member of her channel. Okay, so now he's calling her out on lies, and he's done so on more than one occasion. But let's just talk about this one. Like stuff, everyone, please don't forget to like and share. It doesn't cost you a single thing. You can do it absolutely for free.
So this Diddy content has gotten out of control, has gotten way out of hand. The Diddy, the Jay-Z content. You know, I'm like, oh my gosh. I share an audience with Tisa Tail. I'm looking at the aesthetics of it. I'm like, she's fucking hot. I'm fucking hot. Motherfuckers want to, you understand what I'm saying? And then I'm looking at Tisa Tail's content, right? And I need y'all to understand something very, very specific. This is a content creator speaking to you in reference to other content creators who he or she may share algorithms with, right? If I share an algorithm with Tisa Tail and she's saying that the sky is pink and she has hundreds and thousands and more clicks and views than me, more subscribers, been here longer, and I'm saying, no, the sky is blue. You guys are going to listen to Tisa Tail because how long she's been here and how many people she get to view her is far greater than mine. So obviously, you guys are equating quantity for quality. I provide quality. So it's no secret that I got the biggest Diddy video on my main channel at the Donut Show. About 700,000 clicks and views on one Diddy video back from March 2024. And in that video, I stated valid points that none of these big content creators have been able to challenge. After I did that huge video, content creators like Tisa Tail, Sean David Way, Make It Make Sense, they put an opposite narrative. They didn't go to Dunn and Bradstreet to pull up Combs Enterprises to see who's all in bed with him and who's doing business, who's giving him money. They make way more money than me. It would have been nothing for them to invest money to figure out factual-based information. They didn't want to do that. So instead, they all ganged up against me, minimized my voice, and said, we're going to take over, and start spewing lies. So I'm like, okay, if I call them out, people are going to look at me like I'm a problem. But in actuality, my voice is not going to be heard because all of y'all have collectively agreed that the sky is pink, but I'm saying the sky is blue. It's a psychological thing. We are free thinkers over here. If you got a problem thinking freely, this is not the platform for you. If you got a problem with me calling out content creators on that BS, this is not the platform for you. Do me a favor and unsubscribe. Definitely don't leave a comment below because I'm going to block you. And when I block you, it's with 100% violence, okay? So we're clear. So I'm just Yay, I got a Tisa tail in my audience. And then she starts saying things like this.
We'll see what happens with that. But let's talk about the fact that Jay-Z is now officially under investigation. On top of that, Dame Dash is breaking his silence on what Jay-Z saw, Jay-Z and Diddy's disturbing behavior, and the whole Civic Association of Hell's Kitchen. The president is coming in on Jay-Z, saying that Jay-Z tried to bribe them with millions of dollars. And a lot of people said this is another play, just like he did with Barkley. Go in there, try to gain the community's trust, try to throw them a few dollars, sell them out, and leave things worse than they found it. Listen, we'll see what happens with that.
So Tisa Tell, with all the thousands of hours worth of content that she has put out about Jay-Z and Diddy, with all the thousands and thousands of click dollars and millions of clicks and views, she's leading a narrative that Jay-Z is number one under the investigation, and that number two, Jay-Z tried to bribe and extort somebody. So if Tisa Tell's the number one creator in my algorithm, and she's telling all of these people that are watching my baby channel compared to her huge channel that Jay-Z is under investigation and that he bribed somebody, in order for me to get clicks and views from the number one person I share algorithm with, Tisa Tell, I would have to go along with that narrative because they don't want to hear anything else. It's so shocking for Jay-Z to be under investigation. It is so shocking for him to have bribed somebody. I cannot repeat those things because it's a lie and it's misinformation. But if I'm telling you Jay-Z did this and this is my theory and yada yada, you mean to tell me I got to compete with the lie in order to get the respect, the clicks and views, the attraction? In order for my voice to be heard, I got to go with the lie that Jay-Z's under investigation and that he tried to bribe somebody. Since 9 times out of 10, since you're the go-to person, they're going to look to you. You're the authority. You're the authority. And I'm underneath you as a smaller content creator. And if I call you out for that, now I'm clout chasing you. Or if I say Jay-Z is not under investigation, or Jay-Z did not bribe anybody, or there's no proof of that, now all of a sudden the audience is not interested in me because you got to keep on perpetuating the narrative that Jay-Z's under investigation or bribe somebody. How are you going to do that? You keep lying on top of lies, on top of lies, on top of lies. Mind you, this right here is a 45-second short clip that I'm showing you. I just showed you guys a 45-second short clip. So just imagine you're listening to her for months, years, days, hours, and she continued to state rhetoric like that. Defaming rhetoric like that. Things that she can't prove. Oh, I can prove it because there was a picture of Jay-Z coming out of the law office in New York City, and that's my proof that he's under investigation. And y'all want me to compete with that. I can't compete with the lie. The only thing I can compete with is the fact that I have not made as much money as.
Okay, so you all heard what he said. Now let's go to the next video of somebody calling her out again. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Hold on, let me go to the time step. Okay, here we go.
Because you're jealous.
Let me put an overlay on here.
Jonathan Hardy. Remember that South African, white South African worker that alleged he slept with Cassie, slept with Diddy, got some STDs, and said that Diddy, Rick Ross, and DJ Khaled, I believe, he said they were gay. Okay, so 9 months ago, I believe, sometime in December, Tisa did a video basically saying she found Diddy's freak off sex worker, something like that. I don't remember exactly what she said, but if you guys have watched Tisa, you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? People talked about that video, and the video she used has been on YouTube since 2017, 2018. Tisa found it in December. And as you know, Sean Deviway has been doing these documentary style videos where he does deep dives on certain celebrities. And one of those was Diddy. So some of the information that Tisa had in that Jonathan Adi video, like she found Diddy's sex worker, I think some of that information Sean had already spoken about it. Now, as some of you know, I kind of fell off from this YouTuber drama because YouTube has been boring lately. I think the only thing that intrigued me was that drama of you know, what is that? What's that guy's name, guys? I'm not even going to edit this video. Oh my God. Funky Daniva, Claudia Jordan, TGIF. Anyway, so other than that, since Tasha K lost her case to Cardi B, when it comes to YouTuber drama, it's been sort of boring. So I've been doing other things on social media. I've never left social media, by the way. It's just that I haven't been on this channel.
Now, I want you all to pay attention because she said that Sean Davy Way played the Jonathan Adi video first. Please pay attention because I played the video, right? And then Tisa Tales accused me of using her receipt. But I said that's not her receipt. That video's been on YouTube since 2018 on Police World Videos, okay, on that channel. So how is it her receipt? Not to mention she accused me of getting it from her, which I did admit that she's the first person who I saw had it. And then I went and found it. And I shouted her out. So why was she mad? I literally shouted her out. But when she's used my talking points and receipts, she has never shouted me out, okay? She literally tried to do everything that I was doing at some point. And I've already shown you out at least 10 clips where she's done that on previous videos. Now, with that all being said, the funny thing is, you mean to tell me that she actually got it from Sean Davy Way, but trying to talk trash about me using it? Like, girl, please sit down.
I know, but let's go back to Tisa Tells and Sean Davy Way. So 9 months ago, Tisa does this video. She found the male S worker that was doing freak offs with Cassie and Diddy, and it goes viral, right? People are talking about it. Then after that, Tisa has this thumbnail and title where she says that the same guy has been unalived, right? She puts the date when the guy was unalived on her thumbnail and in the title, leading people to believe that Jonathan is dead. That was clickbait because that was not true at all, okay? Now, Sean called out Tisa on that. Like, girl, there's no need to lie about it. What is this, right? Now, that was not the first time hearing, you know, people calling out Tisa on certain things. I think certain YouTubers have been, I don't know why, they've been afraid to call out Tisa. She does clickbait. And I'm going to agree that, you know, YouTubers.
Hold on, you guys. Let me address this tattletale in here named Tori Jones who says, this lady needs to stop hating on Tisa. Beloved, no one's hating on Tisa. In fact, Tisa's the one who said negative things about me, okay? She said I look like a hamster and a drowning rat. She said a bunch of things about me. I didn't even know she existed, okay? But I've shown a myriad of times that she's absolutely copied my talking points and all of that, okay? Not just receipts, but literal talking points. So, beloved, I've said she's a beautiful young lady. I've not said anything disparaging about her looks or any of that. I only started calling her out on her lies and copying my information after she was trying to go in on me. So who's really hating on who? You see, people don't always hate on you for your looks. Sometimes people hate on you for your intellect, okay? And mind you, it was other people coming and telling me this because I didn't even know who she was. Not that I have to explain myself to you, but beloved, if you feel like someone's hating on Tisa, why are you in this chat? Why are you even here? At the end of the day, all of these YouTubers calling her out for lies, everybody's hating on her? I don't think so, because most of these people are men. So men are hating on her too? Please make it all make sense. But let's continue. If you don't like the commentary, as I always say at the beginning of the broadcast, exit stage left. No one cares.
Do clickbait, but clickbait does not equal to lying. I know some people are going to say clickbait is lying, but some of it is just outright lies, right? So we do know that Tisa tells, she kind of embellishes some of her topics, right? And her followers, they eat it up. They love it. So it is what it is. We know she does this for clicks and views, and she's making money. We know YouTube has made her life amazing. Nobody can dispute that. I'm not hating on the girl. And I don't want to hear Sean's people or Tisa tells people, if this is the first time you're coming to my channel, let the people who know me tell you that I talk about YouTubers, okay? So just sit down and listen. But
and let me say this also for the record, for those who came in late and may have missed it, not Sean Davy Wade, but the first guy that was talking about her lies, Donat. Well, on his channel, this guy literally had a membership to Tisa's channel. He was not only a subscriber, he was a member of her channel. Now, for one of her own members to be calling her out on lies, I'm sorry, do you actually think that's hate? Someone who was paying to be on her channel and view her videos and all of that? No one's hating. You see, some people just want to continue to believe lies because they love salacious gossip and juicy stories, and they really don't care whether or not it's true or false. And here's the thing. I want you all to pay attention to something, because those of you who saw my video where I exposed Adria English for lies and I talked about her friend Misha, I did an interview with her. And even though I knew she was lying, because I actually exposed her in a membership only live 3 or 4 days before I interviewed her. And I only interviewed her so I could catch her in even more lies. Now, once I exposed her, I believe it was on Sunday, then the next day or so, Tisa comes out, and now she's using my talking points and saying that she's exposing these people. She even went so far as to say that she was going to do a part 1 and part 2. She listed it part 1, because I did a part 1 and part 2. But then once I called her out about it, she changed the title and took out the part 1, I guess, and then decided not to do a part 2. That's how you know she watches. She watches everything I do. Okay. When she's talking about chakras and spirituality, when she's trying to act like she's so pro-Black and always talking about the culture, go look at her old videos. Like I said before, she was never talking that way before. She's clearly trying to mimic me. That's what she's doing. And I'm not the only one that said it. People actually came and told me this. That's what made me pay attention. And that's why she was talking all that trash about me at the end of the day. So please pay attention, honey. Nobody's hating on her. She's hating on herself.
anyway, so Sean did research back in December showing and proving that Jonathan was not dead. That thumbnail and title that we saw from Tisa Tells were complete lies. But as we know today, Jonathan is not dead. He's very much an inmate in Miami-Dade. Now, for those that don't know, Jonathan is the South African sex worker that did the pow pow in Dorel.
Okay, so I'm going to stop right there. That's another person calling her out. And also, what I found interesting was the fact that she did say that he was dead. Then she said he was alive. And then she's just said that he was the witness and all of this stuff. I mean, she said a myriad of things. Okay, let's just go to the video or go to the thumbnails. And it wasn't just the thumbnails for anybody thinking that, oh, it's just clickbait in the thumbnails. No, she tells whole lies. Okay, she tells whole lies in some cases. That's just the facts. Okay, as you'll see as we continue. Jonathan Oddie, surprise witness. Now, this was from 2 months ago. She said he was the surprise witness. But 11 months ago, he was dead. Okay. With that all being said, please pay attention. Is all I'm saying. And now here's another one. Lights up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you, Andrew, for your kind words. And thank you for subscribing to the channel, beloved. Now, here is another one right here where she then says that the man is, in fact, missing. Okay, as you can see, She talks about exclusive video, Diddy male freak off worker breaks silence, as if he came out and spoke on Diddy's case or something. Okay, Jonathan Oddie officially missing. These are not just clickbait titles in her thumbnails, although sometimes they are. Okay, and I don't really see too much wrong with that because that drives people to your channels if that's what you want to do, but sometimes making up entire blatant lies. Like for in the case of the story that she said about Foxy Brown, when Foxy Brown spoke out about it and went in on her. Okay, so let's go to that footage because somebody did a video about it. I actually did one too. Hold on. Okay, here it is. Now, this person was actually saying that she told a bunch of lies. Now, he's showing some of her content, so I'm going to put an overlay on here. Hold on. I'm going to put an overlay on here. Okay.
And guess what, baby? People are saying that this could be game over for Jay-Z, or it could actually be the redemption. Y'all, let's get into this. Now, if you guys don't know, Foxy Brown finally posted something on her Instagram stories. Now, when I say finally, I don't know if I'm the only one that has been watching with bated breath.
Stop playing with my name, dying for a comment. Can't spin me with that sucker-ish to take hold down. Better ask about the cloth I'm cut from. All right, y'all, welcome back to Industries TV. And tonight, we're going to be talking about Foxy Brown, Jay-Z, and a desperate, and when I say desperate, I mean a desperate blogger by the name of Tisa Tells. I mean, she's so desperate that she will make 20 videos on one subject and just fabricate everything. Now, she might have some truth in the middle of it, but majority of her videos are fake. She be making up stories in order to gain views and subscribers. Now, ever since Diddy been going through his legal battles, everybody been searching for these celebrity names that he got on the tape or allegedly got on tapes, right? Well, Tisa Tells is pulling people names out of her ass. And it seems like she's not going to learn her lesson until she gets sued like Tasha K. Because Tisa Tells been spreading rumors and lies about Jay-Z and Foxy Brown with no proof at all, saying that Foxy Brown is coming out against Jay-Z. She's breaking her silence. Well, Foxy Brown responded. If y'all take a look at the screen, this is what she had to say. Stop playing with my name, dying for a comment. Can't spin me with that sucker-ish to take hold down. Better ask about the cloth I'm cut from. Now, Foxy Brown even responded to a nobody that was saying, Jay-Z spot about to get blown up soon. Once Foxy NDA is over in 2025, baby, she's singing. I feel like Rock Nation is almost done. That's why Nicki is so comfortable talking like this. Then Foxy Brown responded by saying, an icon business. Miss me with the fake news. NDA ain't an MF alive to stop my story. NDA on my ish, gonna run 100 mil. Now, I'm glad Foxy Brown stepped up and said something because I'm about sick and tired of these fake ass bloggers trying to take down all our legends. Like, stop trying to mess with our legends, our people that came up in our time. Now, if they did some messed up stuff, yeah, it's fair game. They need to be accountable for what they did, right? But whatever happened to innocent until proven guilty, right? I'm pretty sure if anybody in y'all family got locked up, you will want them to prove with evidence, hardcore evidence and proof before they lock them up and throw away the key, right? You wouldn't want them to just lock up your family member just because of somebody said this and somebody said that. You would want them to come out with the hardcore evidence, right? To prove that they're guilty. Just look what happened a few weeks ago. An innocent man was executed, even though the victim's family said to spare him because they didn't even believe that he was the one that committed the crime. But let's get into some audio from Tisa Tells of her telling a whole bunch of lies and fabricating a whole story in order to, you know, get some views and make some money off these people's names. Now, I know I blog on people also, but I'm not lying on these people. I'm not, you know, I might do a little clickbait title, but the video is the video. You feel me? But anyway, besides all that, let's get to this audio, man.
Hold on for a second. Let me just say this. Somebody just put a comment in my chat using the F word. Okay, don't put words like that in the chat or you'll be blocked. Okay, I deleted your comment, but be careful of what you put in the chat or you will be blocked from the channel. Let's not call people derogatory names. Okay, let's not do that. But let's continue. Yeah, I think that was one of her tattletales who was angry because what the guy was saying about her, and they called him an agate with an F, okay, and said she don't be lying agate. And I was like, okay, no, we're not going to do that. But I don't know why people get mad because they know she's lying. The people that listen to her, they know that she tells lies. And if they don't, then I guess they're just not that smart because it's obvious to everybody who's got sense that she's just making up stuff most of the time.
Foxy Brown. And guess what, baby? People are saying that this could be game over for Jay-Z, or it could actually be the redemption. Y'all, let's get into this. Now, if you guys don't know, Foxy Brown finally posted something on her Instagram stories. Now, when I say finally, I don't know if I'm the only one that has been watching with bated breath to see what she actually said. But Foxy Brown actually posted this on her Instagram stories, okay? She posted a direct message from Marco Polo. He posted something says, I don't believe in God no more. Then he said, that's why in the midst of it all, you're still alive to tell the story. There's no reason there's a reason you've been covered. Favored blood will stand the test of trials. She responded back, and this is the screenshot that she put on her stories, but she's screenshotting a direct message she had with Marco Polo. My story will shock you to the core. I don't play victim, but I had to step away for a minute for my sanity, or I would have been dead.
Now, after this blogger put this bullcrap out, which is clearly fake, Foxy Brown responded and said it was fake news and stopped using her name. I'm pretty sure y'all got a brain of your own, right? I'm pretty sure y'all got common sense, and I'm pretty sure y'all know how to work a computer. Y'all know how to work Photoshop. Y'all know how to work all these apps, right? So I'm pretty sure y'all could tell that this is fake right here. I can make this right now in 5 minutes. I can make it say whatever I want it to say, right? Just let me know. I'll make a whole video on showing y'all how to take screenshots and fake them screenshots. Because that's what this is. This is fake. I mean, Foxy Brown said it herself. But let's keep it moving.
Y'all, this is actually serious. This is some real news. This is somebody I want to hear about. We can verify Foxy was there. We can verify how close Foxy was to Jay-Z. We can verify everything. But not only that, she was in the beginning of Rockefeller. She was in the beginning around Diddy. She was in the beginning of all that stuff. And she was in the middle of when Tupac got murked. Now, we already reported before that prosecutors are actually going to call her to testify because Keith D, she was with, I think, Daz, or was it Corrupt? She was with one of the guys in the car. Keith D literally went and got the hammer, according to the prosecutors, in which the hammer, pow, pow, he slid to his cousin, right? So he met up with Foxy. Foxy was in a car. She was sitting in the passenger seat with her man. Keith D walked up. Her man told her to get out the car. Keith D sat in the passenger side. They passed the hammer that was used to murk Tupac. And then he left. Foxy got back in the car.
Now, y'all see what I'm talking about, right? How she just be making up a whole story like she was just there. Like she was a fly on the wall. Like she was just sitting in the passenger seat with them. How did you know every single detail of what's going on if you wasn't there? Because if you knew everything that was going on and you was there, then obviously you were suspect too then. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. If you knew what went on all these years and you never said nothing, obviously you were suspect too. Oh man, these people is crazy. I ain't even gonna lie. What people would do for views, man. That's why I kind of stopped posting, because I really didn't have nothing really to post about like that. I really didn't want to just talk about anything or put anything out. But these people just be putting anything out and y'all be eating it up. Y'all be eating it up. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all quick to come at somebody over views. I don't care about no views. My bank account on lean. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I felt like, let me come back, you know what I'm saying, and talk my ish.
Okay, so with that all being said, now, someone in the chat, I forget who, said that she's repeating Jag's stories. Yes, she does repeat other people's stories. Sometimes she does quote Jag's stories and act like she's came up with something. But at the end of the day, a lot of what she says is lies mixed with truth, and sometimes it's just blatant made up lies. Okay, and that's why I said I'm not the only one who says it. And when she wants to come for the queen, sitting there talking about I used her receipts, girl, sit down. That was not your receipts. It belonged to Police World, Real Police World video, or whatever that channel's name is that posted 3 years ago with the Jonathan Adi. But nonetheless, I still shouted her out because that's what I do. Because I admitted that I did see it on her channel first. Now, with that all being said, you know, I don't have a problem giving credit where it's due, but I don't like anybody lying on me and trying to paint narratives, and especially accusing me of using their receipts or content without giving them credit, when that's exactly what she has done to me on several occasions. And also, let's not forget that Jaguar Wright called her out on lies as well. Okay, but here's the thing. Here's the latest thing that she said, and this is the reason I brought these videos out, because she did a video, I think a day or two ago. She keeps on trying to authenticate Kim Porter's book. She has no proof that that book was ever authenticated. The reason she's so desperate to make it seem true is because she's been vouching for it. She read the book on her entire life. Okay. And so I keep saying that I keep saying that it hasn't been authenticated, because if you have Chris Todd, who supposedly authored the first book, the version, well, he's a liar, and we've already proven that he's lied. And then when you have Courtney Burgess, we've already proven that he's a liar. But now she says, first she said the feds authenticated the book. Now, the reason she said that is because Courtney Burgess got called in to speak with the grand jury. That does not mean that the feds authenticated anything. Okay, Courtney Burgess could have very well lied to the grand jury for all we know. We don't know what he said. We haven't been privy to that information, and neither has she. So why would she say that that means the feds have authenticated the book? Well, only someone obtuse would believe that, because at the end of the day, the bottom line is people do lie to the grand jury. And in my opinion, that's likely exactly what Courtney Burgess did, because I don't believe anything that comes out of his mouth. But now she's calling people stupid because they don't agree that the Kim Porter book was real, and trying. And let me say this, for those of you who saw the interview that I did with Courtney Burgess, and I took the video down, of course, because he was telling all kinds of lies. I was the second person to interview him and the first person to call him out on his lies, because the same day he interviewed with a true crime channel, I interviewed him like 3 hours later. Okay, and he was sitting there telling all sorts of lies and just clearly making a fool of himself. And he kept changing his story every time he went on a different interview. So please pay attention to act as though those of us who are saying that we don't believe it's true, that we're following Diddy's narrative. So please pay attention. Okay, so I'm going to go to this video. I'm going to put an overlay up here. I'm going to put an overlay up here. Like and share, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance.
Stupid for following a Diddy narrative, because unless I'm reading the TMZ article wrong, Diddy's old sons think something's there, and they're arguing that they own it. Now, they do say that they don't think it was a flash drive, but they're saying whatever things from her diary, notes, memoir, they own it, and they want it actually returned, and they want all sales of books stopped, and they want the money from it. Yeah, okay. So anyway, what have we learned? Well, Diddy and his people can't be believed. They play in the gray area. And I am saying this time, it seems to me that they were the ones misleading. I hope y'all feel stupid for following a Diddy narrative.
Okay, so she says she hopes that we feel stupid for following the Diddy narrative. Those of us who don't believe the book is authentic. Well, let me just show her who's really stupid. And she's talking about the TMZ article, right? Okay. I'm going to prove my points. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Now, first of all, let the record reflect that Diddy's sons, they cannot authenticate the book, okay? Because they don't know if that man had information that's legit or not. That's for number one, okay? But the bottom line is, let's hear from somebody who actually read the book, because I did not. Now, this lady gives a pretty good commentary on the book, and then I'm going to go to what Diddy's sons actually said in the TMZ article, and I'm going to show you how that does not mean that they're saying the book is absolutely real, okay? And I'm going to tell you why they even said some of what they said, okay? Please pay attention. I'm going to share my screen. Lights up, everyone. Please like and share. And let me shout out Donate Channel or Donates. What he calls himself, I think it's Donates Channel. Let me shout out Sean Davy Way. And who was the other person? I forget the other person's name, but I'll go back. Okay, so now with that all being said, and let me shout out this young lady too, Cecily Jamelia. Okay, so I'm going to put an overlay on here.
Worked in marketing and care a lot about how things are presented. This makes me want to fight somebody. Here is my unfiltered opinion about these two books. This is going to be brutally honest. In an interview that Courtney Burgess and his attorney did.
So there's two versions of the book.
This is the rated R. This is the rated R.
It is Kim Porter's book, but not necessarily some of the stuff with the celebs that were mentioned besides.
It's hers. Nobody touched it.
Oh, so it is her official book.
Yes.
They stated that these books were completely different, as though they were like apples and oranges.
And no one touched it.
Nobody altered it. Nothing.
So it's not the copy that the gentleman said that he was selling before. No.
No.
It's two different copies. That one was edited, and we have the original copy.
So you're saying that the other copy was an actual real copy, even though the family said it wasn't.
Derivative work.
That is not true. That is a fabrication. Based off of both books, they have the same number of chapters, and I would say confidently 95% of the text is the same. They've filled in one person who we were not aware of, and then there was a couple other names thrown in the mix. There are some discrepancies, like things that were right in this book and not in this book. For instance, Tupac's testicle was destroyed in this book. His lung was destroyed in this one. It's not clear how many children that Faith has when she is talking to Diddy. The character Kim references Tiana being an orphan if Big dies, but Tiana has a mom, right? So why would she be an orphan? And then there's a problem with the present and past tense when Faith is talking to Sean. She says, Chris is sweet, but Chris passed away. So he was sweet, not he is sweet. There's a moment early in the book where the character Kim is describing a situation. She's the narrator of the story. And then it says, Kim replied, you saw my face go, wait, what? Like, that was random. There are moments where there are sophisticated verbs and adjectives, combinations, and there are moments where it all goes to hell, or there are apostrophes with no S's, where there are periods with no question marks. It is random. It's like someone who had a really sophisticated handle on the English language did some editing, and someone that's not so sophisticated went added their own stuff. You can tell. Also, the slang that she uses, especially in the Kadada era, is very antiquated, is giving early 2000s a really dope vibe. He's a really dope, like, even when she references the character Al B. Shore, like, really dope. Like, now being in California could be the reason. We do have a bit of a, hold on, I'm dry. We do have a Valley accent, but her slang is very old. So my question is, are these notes like from a long time ago? Or was this a person that was not Black that decided like this would be very cool, it's very dope vibe, very chill, like who thought that they were putting a little sauce on it? Like, that stands out and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't match. Her cadence and her voice is consistent. That is the drawing part. The way that she references the time periods, he's never hit me, he's never punched me, he's never put his hands on me. Well, that's not true, because you are writing the present then there's no language that says, at this point, he hadn't put his hands on me. Well, yeah, he did slap me around a couple times, but you know, he hasn't done this. Well, he may have put me in the hospital, but he didn't do anything to Quincy. Like, that pacing is missing. It's so absolute. It's so childlike. It's so immature. And he's never hit me 3 chapters later, and she in a full body cast. You know, it's like, huh? The spellings and grammatical errors are offensive. I'm offended by them. Grammarly is your friend. ChatGPT could have helped too, especially as small as it is. Like, this is literally a term paper. ChatGPT.
Okay, so I think we heard enough because she's proved very good points. She's proved very good points. And see, here's the thing. I didn't read either of the books, but I saw enough to know from the post that Albie Sure put up about it that it doesn't even sound like Kim Porter. Okay, and that's what this lady is saying. Like, some of the stuff is not even adding up. Okay, at the end of the day, Kim's saying one thing in this version, then she's saying another in this version, and then Kim's saying that Diddy never beat her. Well, if that's the case, we've seen or we've read that Kim's nose was broken. Okay, Gene Deal had said something about her nose being broken. I do believe it was Gene Deal. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was one of his former bodyguards. Second of all, we've heard Courtney B in so many lies. And also, let's listen to this. This is what Courtney B's attorney said, Ariel Mitchell Kidd. This is what she said on Popcorn Planet. And shout out to Popcorn Planet for putting out good content. But this is what she said when he asked her about Courtney B.
Got it. Because he's claimed he hasn't watched it all. Some people believe that or not. It is what it is. Chris has attested this too. I know he doesn't even like watching that kind of stuff, so he wouldn't know.
I mean, I think it's important, Courtney. I wish Courtney would talk more about it. If he's a Mormon, if you understand his religious background, then it would make sense why he wouldn't consume that kind of material.
So she wants us to believe that Courtney B wouldn't look at that type of material because he's a Mormon. First of all, who ever heard of a Black Mormon? That's for one. But for two, I mean, especially if you know about the Mormon religion, what they say about Black people. Okay, so that really makes no sense to me. Okay, so because one of their teachings is that we have black skin is because we were cursed. Okay, so that just sounds crazy to me. Now, with that all being said, she's saying, you know, she's talking about this as if Courtney knows what he's talking about. Okay, Courtney's told so many lies. Who could believe anything that he says ever? But let's continue.
Yeah, 100%. But I did know that about him. Chris said that, defended sort of him in that regard. But he also was on these interviews saying it. Well, there was at least 3 to 4 underage, which implies he knew. That's where I guess things are getting wonky for a lot of us. Of just like, well, then why were you holding on to it? You know, and giving it to the feds immediately.
4. I've heard 2 to 3 is the number.
But either way, and again, I don't mean to be. I'd love to talk to Courtney, but you're the sort of repping him. Like, again, that concern of you knew 3 to 4 people potentially. Why wouldn't you give that to the feds right away?
Exactly, and please pay attention when he said that Courtney has said publicly that it's 3 to 4 underage people on there. His attorney says she tries to deflect. She says, well, I've heard that it was about 5 or 6. Okay, but ma'am, that's not answering the question about why he didn't give this tape to the feds, or he didn't give this information to the feds if he had it. And how does she know for a fact that he didn't watch these things if he's sitting there just because he's a Mormon? But if he's sitting there telling how many people were on there and who the people were, he had to have watched it. Please.
Well, that becomes the question of if he didn't have it to give to them. So to my understanding, he got rid of them. I don't know when he got rid of them, but by the time I came.
Says he got rid of them. So what does that tell you? Well, here's what it tells me. For anybody who was saying that he gave the flash drives to the feds, his attorney said that he got rid of it. And I also pointed out to you when they did that interview right after he left the grand jury from testifying on the courthouse steps, his lawyer said they were going to pick up documents to give to the feds. Didn't say anything about flash drives. So, you know, you have to use critical thinking skills. But if you're someone like Tisa tells, who just wants to tell lies to get clicks and views and YouTube monetization, who just wants to sit there and try to use other people's talking points and act as though they're her own, and then who wants to further accuse other people of using hers when anybody in their right mind would never use hers because a lot of it is lies and misinformation. So please, then you'll go ahead and try to push this stuff as if it's true. Okay, so with that all being said, now let's go to what Diddy's son said in the TMZ article, because now she's using this article to further try to prove her point. First, she said the feds authenticated it. Before that, I believe she said someone else authenticated it. And then now she's saying that his sons did. First of all, as I said, the sons can't authenticate anything, especially if they don't have this in their possession, especially if they didn't see an entire manuscript. They cannot authenticate anything. But here's, let me just read it to you again, because I did go over this the day that the article came out on the 22nd, 2 days ago. New Diddy witness fires back at Diddy's sons over Kim Porter book. Because remember, they sent a cease and desist. Okay, so here's what it says. The guy who's hawking the Kim Porter book, allegedly based on her diary, is taking shots at her and his legal battle with Diddy and Kim's sons and telling the boys to screw off. Courtney Burgess and his attorney Ariel Mitchell fired off a nasty response to Christian and Quincy Combs after the brothers sent Burgess and Mitchell a cease and desist over the alleged Porter tell-all. Now, in the legal response obtained by TMZ, Burgess and Mitchell take issue with Christian and Quincy, claiming he is trying to capitalize on Kim's hard-earned fame by selling Kim Porter's tell-all. They say Kim was not an actor or entertainer, and her fame was solely based on her being Diddy's longtime paramour. Okay, now they were clearly taking shots, in my opinion. Now, cheap shots aside, Burgess says that he absolutely has the copyright to the book and says Kim gave him the rights before her death. Now, keep in mind, this is the same man who, in fact, said that Shakur Stewart, who once dated Kim, who died in 2008, 10 years before Kim did, he said that that's who gave him the flash drives. So Shakur gave him the flash drives and Kim gave him the copyright. So that means that Kim had copyrighted her book. That means that Kim had copyrighted her book with the Library of Congress. Okay? That she literally filed for a copyright registration, received it, and gave it to him. Now, I want you all to think about that. Why would she do it? How close were her and this man? How did she know him? I don't believe a word of it. Okay, so this is not authenticated. Okay, just petty narratives to go along with her lies and to try to debunk what I have said. Now, let's continue. As we reported, the Combs brothers say they became the rightful heirs and owners of Kim's intellectual property rights following her November 2018 death. Well, that's true. They would be the rightful heirs because they're her children. Okay. So, and therefore her purported diary entries belong to them. Now, here's the thing that Tisa Tales didn't think about, because she probably didn't know what the word meant, for one, and for two, she doesn't use critical thinking skills, and in some cases, sadly, doesn't use common sense. Here's the key word: purported. Let me read that again. As we reported, the Combs brothers say they became the rightful heirs and owners of Kim's intellectual property rights following her November 2018, her death in 2018. And therefore, her purported diary entries belong to them. What does purported mean? Well, I'm so glad you asked. That means alleged, okay? That means alleged. So if they're saying alleged, what does that mean? That it may or may not be true. So they didn't authenticate anything, okay? They didn't authenticate anything. Please pay attention, okay? And then he said, I don't know how to say your name, is that he, CH, says, why would Quincy believe that book? Exactly, okay? And they've all already said that it wasn't true, and not to mention Kim's family said it wasn't true. Her best friend said it wasn't true. So we're supposed to believe Tisa Tales because she says that it is, and she has no type of way to verify this. She just loves juicy, salacious gossip, and that's why she purchased it to read to her people. Okay? Goes on to say that, however, Mitchell tells TMZ that Kim and Burgess had a mutual friend who was a music producer back in the day, and they met through this person. And Kim told Burgess in a phone call that she was going to give him a copy of her diary/memoir before sending it over to him, and that's how he got the rights. So here's another thing. This is another discrepancy. Attention, okay? Please pay attention to critical thinking skills at work. Now, he says that Kim gave him the copyright, which, as I told you, you only obtain a copyright from your literary works through the Library of Congress. Now, then he says right here that he spoke to Kim, okay? He met her through this producer that they both knew. He spoke to Kim on a phone call, and she gave him a copy of her diary/memoir before sending it over to him. So if she gave him a copy of the memoir, right? That's different than giving him than giving him a copyright. A copyright would not be the memoir. And if she even gave him the memoir, which I think he absolutely made all of this up, and I told you guys what he told me off the record before I even did that interview where I caught him in all those lies, okay? He told me that he pressed that stuff up himself. At the end of the day, he said he pressed it up himself and then he put it out there. So with that all being said, these are two different things. Somebody giving you a memoir or giving you their literary works, that's not them giving you a copyright. You have to file for a copyright, okay? And with that all being said, I'm sorry, the people who say that it's not authenticated are not the stupid ones. Clearly she is. Okay, clearly she is. Okay, so please don't come for the queen, because I believe that she was referring to me when she said it, because she's always throwing shade at me. Subliminally, she won't say my name, but I'll say hers. Okay, so how about that? Now, with that all being said, I think I've proved my point about all these liars who just lie to lie and who lie for monetary gain and greed, okay, and clicks and views and clouds. All right? So with that all being said, it is what it is. So don't come for me unless you have some receipts to substantiate whatever you're saying about me. Okay, now, if she can prove that I've ever used her content or any of her receipts, okay, please make that make sense and then show your receipts. She's never shown any receipts, and I've asked her a myriad of times on my videos to show the receipts that I ever did. I have shouted her out at least 3 times. Once for the Jonathan Oddie video, because I saw that on her channel first. Another time for being due diligent and going in on Diddy. And as I said, that's before I found out that she was making up some of the stuff and embellishing stories and just painting false narratives. Okay. And then there was another time that I shouted her out. You know, when I was also, I know what that was. When she used the video of Diddy kissing his mother in the mouth. She was the first person I saw with that. Okay. And I absolutely shouted her out because that's what I do. I always give credit where it's due. I don't care who it is. Okay. At the end of the day, that's just what I do because that's the ethical, the moral, and the right thing to do. Now, when you're somebody who wants to steal other people's talking points and act as though someone else's findings or ideology or the receipts that they've come up with are yours, you'll use their talking points and their receipts, and you'll never give them any credit, and you'll never say their name publicly. You'll just say it subliminally because you don't want anyone to find out that's who you're getting your talking points from. Okay, and you also don't want any of your people to follow that person's channel. But I don't care if you all follow her channel. Go and follow her, subscribe. Go and follow anybody's channel that you like, because at the end of the day, you're still going to come back to the queen because I have the real receipts, okay? And I use critical thinking skills. I'm not intimidated by anyone on ScrewTube. I think I do a very good and thorough job at the end of the day. And I am absolutely the queen of receipts, okay? Undisputed, often imitated, but never duplicated, okay? So there's that. And what you won't see ever is anyone making up stories or posting videos about me telling lies. Okay, that's what you won't ever see. And if you do see someone doing that, well, then they'll have to show the proof that I'm lying. Because I don't sit up and tell lies and paint narratives. I tell the truth. Okay. And you know, sometimes, like Oprah said, the truth can be boring. So some people absolutely want to listen to lies. That's what some people want to do. They want to listen to lies. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with people listening to lies, but I'm just telling you that if that's what you want to do, then don't come here. If you want to listen to lies and believe salacious stories that have no proof and facts and are not even based or founded in any sort of truth, then don't come here. Because on here, I do the best of my ability to give you the truth, undisputed. And when I don't know something for a fact, I will simply tell you it's unsubstantiated, it's speculation, and this is simply my opinion, or allegedly. Okay, I don't try to paint false narratives. I wouldn't want to ever lie on anyone about anything, because I for damn sure don't want anyone lying on me. And here's the thing. For those of you that have been following me, and you remember when I aired out, and I did about 10 or 11 videos airing out wig number 1, okay? When you guys know that I aired this person out, I have the wig chronicles that you all, keep requesting for me to show again. Well, when I was airing this person out, this person went and got an attorney and had them send me a cease and desist and asked me to remove the videos. But did the queen remove the videos? They said they were going to sue me for libel, defamation, and slander. Did the queen remove the videos? No, I didn't. because I was telling the truth. And they knew that I was. They thought they would intimidate me by getting an attorney. But guess what? I called the attorney and I recorded the conversation, as you all remember, and I played it for you on the live. And what did the attorney do? Started backing down because he was trying to talk tough in the letter that he sent. But when I let him know, I'm going to further put this person on blast. Since she wants to act like the queen is lying, since she wants to try to say I'm defaming her, I have receipts from the court to prove and verify everything that I'm saying. It's called Freedom of Information Act. I got all the receipts. And that's what I did. I didn't take down not one video, and I never will. Because if I come for you, I'm coming with truth and facts. And I'm going to make for damn sure that you can't say that I'm defaming, okay, that I'm sitting up here lying on you. That's what you won't ever be able to say, okay? Because unlike some, I have true ethics. Journalistic integrity is what it's called. Okay, journalistic integrity. I don't sit up here and tell lies. I stand 10 toes down on what I tell you because I know that I stand on truth. And when you stand with truth, you cannot. One thing about it is people that are going around here telling all these lies, okay, and painting narratives, they can't touch somebody who's telling the truth. It's not even up for debate or discussion. And when you are aligned with lies, you cannot stand in truth. Please pay attention. And that's an original quote from the Queen. And I also copyrighted that, okay, for the haters who love to steal my talking points. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there. Jandria, Miss Dee, thank you, beloved, for purchasing a membership. I appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings. So listen, now I'm going to play for those of you who missed it, the clip that I did in the other video where I was showing how she was once again using and stealing my talking points. Okay, using my talking points. And at the end of the day, for those of you who've been following me, you know that I literally showed you did a video one day where I showed at least 10 videos where she was copying my talking points, literally about 10 videos. Now go ask her to find one video where I ever used any of her receipts like she lied and said. You see, what people like her do is they will accuse you of doing exactly what they're doing. Okay, that's what they do. And that's a deflection. And because she has a bigger channel and gets more views, of course, then she can make it look like I'm copying her. But all you have to do is look at the timestamps. And just for your FYI, since we're having such a good time in here, I'm going to do you all a solid. I'm going to give you some bonus footage. I'm going to give you the video where I talked about wig one, okay, basically sending the cease and desist, where I played the audio of her attorney. Since you've been asking me for the Wig Chronicles, I'm going to play that for you guys, okay? But first, let's get into this other video where she was using my talking points yet again, just a day ago, just a couple of days ago. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance. Deronda is here. All right. To tick her off because I didn't know who this young lady was. And I don't know why liars lie. But also, she has been copying my content. Now, here's the thing. As I've said before, you know, YouTubers may share each other's receipts or whatever, and it's okay if you shout them out. You know, some people don't mind as long as you shout them out or whatever. I don't mind as long as you shout me out. But when someone tries to take my things that I put together, specifically things that I come up with because of my critical thinking skills, and you literally try to use my same talking points, I have a problem with that. And I don't know what I ever did to Tisa Tales for her to be doing such nefarious things. At the end of the day, I don't know what I ever did to tick her off because I didn't know who this young lady was. She's a beautiful young lady, and I've told you all that. At the end of the day, I don't know what I ever did for her to just feel that she should, you know, take my things, my work, my critical thinking skills, things that I put together and connect the dots, and then try to use it as her own. Now, I've told you all before, and you all know it for yourselves, that I have shouted her out and all of that. She's never once shouted me out, but she's used my things a myriad of times. And that's why I have called her out before, and I'll continue to do so. Because just about an hour ago, someone sent me a video where she, again, is copying me. Okay, I just exposed Adria English and Misha, okay, on Sunday. Actually, I exposed them like on maybe Thursday or Friday with a members only live. It was somewhere between Wednesday and Friday. Then on Saturday, me and Gavin did an interview, okay, and we pretended that we believed what she was saying, and then I took that interview and showed it to you all on Sunday, okay. I had Too Strong on here as well as Gavin, and I did the video exposing the lies even more so. With that all being said, I had part 1 and part 2 of the videos exposing her and calling out her friend Misha for not being the person wearing the Dolce & Gabbana or the D&G shirt. And I also mentioned Douglas Wigdor, who's Cassie's attorney, and all of this. Hold on, beloveds. I have to address Thos Alman because he's continuously putting things in here trying to defend Tisa's nefariousness. He said, I trust someone who lies or misspeaks and addresses the errors. Well, that's the thing. When does she ever address the errors? She doesn't address the errors. She doesn't go back and admit that she was wrong ever. And when her subscribers tell her that she misspoke or something like that, she goes in on them. I don't know where you've been. Clearly, you're delusional. Then he said, then someone who attacks other creators with the same goal of disclosure seems insecure and petty to pile on as copy, and shaking my head. Well, here's the thing, beloved. You're entitled to your opinion. At the end of the day, you can think exactly whatever you want, because whatever you think about me is absolutely none of my business nor concern. I don't know you from a can of paint. But what I will say is I'm not attacking anyone. I'm telling the truth. You see, you cannot get mad because someone lies on a person. She literally lied on me, sir. Okay, please pay attention, honey. In case you missed that part or you just want to skim over it, she literally lied on me and said that I was using her content and her receipts. She's never produced any proof to suggest that I actually have. And that's because I actually have not. But I have shown numerous of videos where she's copied mine. Now, if you think that it's someone being insecure and petty to say that someone copied them, well, she said that I copied her first. So do you think she's being petty and insecure? Okay, please, it works both ways. I'm only calling her out now because she started this. Like I said, she's a beautiful young lady. I've shouted her out at least 3 times. Okay, I've never had said anything bad about her until people started bringing it to my attention that she was not only copying my content, but talking trash about me. So who's the real hater? I know you may be one of her little fans. I mean, she's a beautiful lady. I can't say that you shouldn't be attracted, but let's not use that to negate the fact that she tells lies and that she absolutely copies my commentary and a few other people, but specifically mine. She literally has copied my entire style. Now go back, Thos Alman, go to one of her earlier videos when she first started YouTube in 2020, and then see if she was talking pro-Black, if she was giving PSAs, if she was always talking about the culture. Go and see if she was doing any of that with her celebrity gossip. She never was. She got that from me. People brought it to my attention because I was the only one on YouTube doing that. Everybody that talks about celebrity gossip just talks about celebrity gossip. I mix it with social injustice issues. I use it to make teachable moments, and I'm a whole revolutionary, okay? So that's why I would do it that way. That was just my own style, okay? And everybody that knows me knows that. And she started copying all of that. So now she's always giving PSAs. Now she's always trying to talk like me. She uses my literal talking points. It's not about someone doing the same story. We all do the same stories when they're trending. That's never a problem. It's not even a problem if someone even used my content, as long as they shouted me out. That's the credible thing to do. That's what I do. Okay, if I use a video that someone had or whatever, they had it first, I will shout them out. Okay, at the end of the day, but she doesn't do that. She just lies and piles on lies on top of lies and uses my commentary. And so don't be mad at me and call me petty or insecure. Now, I will admit I am petty. My nickname is Petty LaBelle. Yes, I will get petty with the best of them when I have time, and today I do. And so with that all being said, that doesn't negate the fact that she just copies my commentary, beloved. And if you go through my videos and go through hers, you can see who's authentic and who really has the receipts. And you can look at the timestamps and see who said what first. Okay, that's what you can do, beloved. So please, don't be mad at the queen, honey. I'm just sitting up here defending myself. How are you saying I'm attacking her when she's the one who called me a drowning rat and a hamster, said that I was stupid, said I had poor analytical skills and all that? I didn't say any of those things about her. So please, make that make sense. And I'm sure you cannot. Okay, let's not paint false narratives. So now Tisa Tales comes out an hour or so ago, and she does a video calling out the lies that I already called out, and then doing a part one. So I guess she also has a part two. Now I want you all to pay attention, because like I said, I don't know what I did to this young lady for her to talk about me and disparage me, to copy my content. She said I was look like a drowning rat. She said I look like a hamster. She's called me an idiot. She said I have poor analytical skills. Okay, she's called me stupid just the other day. So I just want you all to pay attention. Okay, because before any of her little tattletales try to say that, oh, you're just going in on her, oh, you're a hater, because that's what they do when other people have called her out for lying. At the end of the day, nobody's hating on her. People are just calling her out. She needs to be held accountable. And when these bigger YouTubers who have almost 500,000 subscribers and I only have 35,000, and I'm putting in the work and doing the real research, and for her to come along and copy and use my exact same talking points. And I want you all to pay attention, beloveds, because you all know since 2020, I have been doing something called lifelines, where I give you specific points of things you need to be forewarned about. I give you advice of things we need to do, such as collecting non-perishable food items, stocking. Hold on. Thus almost says, so attack my opinion now. Sir, that was your opinion. I didn't attack your opinion. I said you're entitled to it. I just corrected you. How is that attacking you, sir? You're painting false narratives, okay? If you're that bothered, sir, why are you in my chats? Now, I'm not going to block you. I'm going to let you stay here because I'm being entertained by you. I'm sure that we all are. But how are you now saying that I'm attacking you for your opinion? Sir, I literally said that's your opinion and you're entitled to it. You don't have to agree with me. I tell people that all the time. No one has to agree with me. But at the end of the day, if you say something that isn't true, I'm going to call it out, sir. And what you said is not true. Okay, I was not attacking her. I was defending myself against her lies. I was not going in on her until she went in on me. And so with that all been said, I've even given her compliments. Okay, I said she's a beautiful young lady. I said that, I shouted her out. And so, sir, please stop trying to paint narratives. And I literally just said that in the video that you all are now watching, that's what some of you tattletales do. When anyone calls her out on her BS, you all want to say, oh, they're hating. Oh, they're just mad. But who's really hating if you have to copy somebody else? Who's really hating if you literally have to copy someone else's talking points and then try to disparage them when they didn't even do anything to you, didn't even know that you existed? Okay, so I'm gonna let you cook today, sir. Go right ahead and enjoy yourself. I know you're probably doing this to get clout from Tisa because you know she's gonna watch this video because her name's in the title and all of that. And you're just hoping that maybe she'll give you a little something. I don't know, but clearly you're clout chasing for Tisa. But go right ahead. I'm gonna let you cook. Up on those things, stocking up on your water. I tell you what to do in the event that the power grid should go out. I tell you all sorts of things, and you know that I call these lifelines. One's in the chat. If you have ever heard me say these things, for those of you who've been following me, you know that I've been saying this since November of 2020. One's in the chat for anybody and everybody who's heard me talking about my lifelines. Because now all of a sudden she's giving lifelines, but she doesn't call them lifelines. She calls them PSAs. I want you all to pay attention. And also, I told you guys that someone brought it to my attention quite some time ago that now she started merging social justice and Black power talking points, okay, pro-Black talking points with her celebrity gossip. Where did she get that from? From me. Okay, I was the only one ever doing that. And now all of a sudden, if you go back and look at her old videos, her first videos, she was never doing that. But you know that I was, because if you go look at my old videos, like the clip from the 2020 video that I showed you this morning, you see that I've always been exposing things. I've always had critical thinking skills, and I've always had pro-Black talking points because I'm a whole revolutionary. Okay, you hear it in my raps and all of that. So I just want you all to pay attention. At the end of the day, I don't know what I did for this young lady to hate me so. I think that is she a plant? I just have to ask questions. Is she a plant or something that somebody put her up to this? I don't know. But at the end of the day, I find it all interesting that this is what she continues to do. So let's go to the first receipt of what she did. Now, this is a video that I think she did on yesterday. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to put an overlay up because I don't want her saying, oh, she's, hit me with a copyright strike for exposing her. Okay, now this is her right here. Now I'm going to go to the 17-minute mark until about the 18.5-minute mark, and you'll hear her saying something that you already know that I said first. Who did you hear say first that all of these people going around telling lies and spreading misinformation could be a way for Diddy to get off? Okay, I just want you all to pay attention. I'm going to keep calling out the people who use my material, and specifically her, because she's the one who disparaged me and said all these things about my looks and all that. Honey, I may not be the prettiest thing that she ever saw, but I for darn sure don't look like a drowning rat or a hamster. And I've never said anything bad about her looks. I think she's a beautiful young lady, but she just has a nasty attitude and she's ugly on the inside as far as I'm concerned.
Maybe the mentally ill people don't know what they're doing. They just want the same way when somebody was like, oh my God, I'm carrying Obama's love child. Okay, fine. But for the people giving platforms, you have to wonder why. You have to wonder why. And why now it's being amplified. Why out of all the legitimate, and when I say legitimate, that's the wrong word. Why out of all the lawsuits that have come out, the only voices that are being amplified in blogs that will take money to post anything are the ones that are like easily doing, like, it's not adding up. And again, this isn't about causing drama. This isn't about causing strife. That's why I'm not calling anything out by name. However, it's muddying and it's getting weird and it's getting gross. And because of all these plays with people handing their hand out, Diddy actually might go free. And let's us not forget that this is the exact play he ran for 30 years. And this is why he was allowed to go free.
Now I want you all to pay attention. Eric says, don't she sound like the queen now talking black? Well, of course she does. She's done it. She's had enough practice imitating me. And like I told you guys, go back and listen to her first time on YouTube, her earlier videos. She sounded like a whole Valley girl. Okay. She sounded like a Valley girl. Now she's trying to sound so pro-black. She's really copying me. And that's what's annoying. It's not even about the receipts. Like, girl, stop trying to copy my whole style. That's why I call myself the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. At the end of the day, I don't copy anyone. Now, Thos Alma says, Queen, have you ever reached out to her? Not on public blast. No, I haven't. And you know what? I would have had she not said those things. Why would I reach out to someone who's talking trash about me, calling me a hamster and all of that, calling me stupid, saying all these things when I never had said anything about her? All I ever did was shout her out. Why would I reach out to her? For what? We have nothing to discuss. There's nothing to talk about. At the end of the day, I know she's a whole hater. And I don't know why haters hate and why liars lie. But what I do know is that, you know, I have to protect my energy. And I don't ever deal with people that I know are negative and toxic and who mean me no good. There's nothing for us to discuss. What could she possibly say? I'm sorry. She wouldn't be saying it out of being genuine. She'd likely just be saying it because she was confronted. And also, on my lives, I have said a myriad of times, if she feels that I've copied anything from her, produce the receipts. She's not produced any and she'll never will because I've never done it. So she's just a liar who lies. So no, I'm not reaching out to her. Reach out to her for what? At the end of the day, she should have reached out to me because she's the one who made the accusation first saying I copied her, which is a whole lie. Okay. So no, I don't have any reason to reach out to her. Nia says, Thos, why aren't you asking Tisa why she called Queen names? Exactly. Why don't you go over there and ask her that the next time she goes live? Why don't you ask her why she's copying the queen, why she's using my same talking points, why she's called me names, and I'd never done anything but shout her out? Why don't you ask her that? This is not an attack. This is not me, going in on her for no good reason. I have a right to defend myself against anyone who tells lies about me or who makes allegations or who insults me. I have a right to then insult them back. Okay, all is fair in love and war. Please pay attention, beloved. That's just the way it goes. And also, for those of you who know me, you know that I have been exposing people on YouTube. Okay, I have been exposing people. Not just for hating on me or anything like that, but I'm just saying exposing people, period, who are out here grifting the community, who are out here just doing fraudulent things. I've been doing that. So all of a sudden, now that it's Tisa Tales, who's a whole liar and a content stealer, now I'm hating. Please sit down somewhere, sir. Okay, I'm sorry that you love her so that you can't see the truth from the lies.
And I'm telling you now, he has a chip on his shoulder. And if allowed to go free now, if allowed to go free, I believe, and this is my opinion, that he will go even harder. He will be punishing. There is going to be some dark stuff, and we don't want 30 years from now being like, oh my God, who knew? You know, again, let's just stay woke. Let's get into this, right? Listen.
Now I want y'all to pay attention. Hold on. Star says, because a queen should have grace. Jesus saves and judges. Some things are bigger than our egos, like the truth of evil for good of all. Well, that's absolutely true. That's absolutely true, beloved. And let me tell you something. I did give her grace. The first time she was copying my stuff, the first time she was saying disparaging things, I didn't even address it. It's when she continued to do so on a regular basis when I started calling her out. So I did give her grace. And also, I'm giving you grace because you have been in my chat telling lies about me whom you don't even know because you're trying to defend someone whom you don't even know in real life just from YouTube. And with that all being said, I could have blocked you. Okay, I could have put you in a timeout. I could have deleted your comments. Sir, I'm giving you grace. The fact that I'm even sitting here explaining myself to you, which I don't owe you anything. Okay, you're not even a subscriber to this channel. Okay, at the end of the day, I'm giving you grace. So please pay attention to that. That's what you should pay attention to. Okay, because as the loyal royals will tell you, my block game is strong. Okay, I can block anyone at any time. Okay, if they say things that tick me off or whatever, if they're trying to be rude or disrespectful to me or anyone in the chat. And you've been quite disrespectful, as far as I'm concerned, to be accusing me of attacking someone who, in fact, has done nothing but attack me. And for what? Because they want to steal my talking points? Please make it all make sense. Okay. Now, I wanted you all to hear that part where she said, I'm not going to play too much because I want to get into my own commentary, but I wanted you all to hear that. And thank you all for the comments. I appreciate you guys. I love you all. Now, I wanted you to hear where she said, because of this, Diddy might go free. She literally got that for me. Now, I want you to pay attention because here's the thing. You know, it's not really easy to pretend to be someone who's very highly intelligent and who has critical thinking skills when you're not that way. It's easy to decipher if you're using discernment. It's easy to decipher the real from the frauds because here's the thing. This lady is acting like she has all of these critical thinking skills and is coming up with all this information when in fact most of the receipts that she has come out with where things have been put together, she got that from me, okay? Except for a couple of things. She was the first one to talk about Diddy's apology, and she said something about Diddy being charged with RICO, but we all had already said he was going to get charged with RICO. Now, she in fact lied when she said the specific time that he was under the investigation. And I told you all that that's not the case because they would have sent a target letter or a subject letter to his attorneys. Okay, but we knew that eventually he's going to get hit with RICO. I said it first. I said he's going to get the same charges as R. Kelly, which was a RICO. Okay, so another thing I want to say is this. At the end of the day, Tisa does this, in my opinion, because she thinks that she can just get away with it because she is so big. And so it's up to you all to share this information, these videos that I'm doing. Okay, so now let's go to the next one. This is the one that she did about an hour ago when she was exposing Misha. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Oh, and what I was going to say, I got off topic. What I was going to say is that it's easy to tell someone who really doesn't have critical thinking skills when they try to pretend they do. This is the same woman who said the word placate was placate. She said it about 3 or 4 times in one video. And you guys remember that because I played it for you because in that video, she was also copying my talking points. She was copying the talking points from my spiritual channel, talking about how water has memory and the frequency of water. She was saying there's studies that's done on this. She got all of that from my spiritual channel. At the end of the day, it was exactly what I said. Someone could say, well, maybe she went and researched it. No, she got it from me because a lot of the things that I teach you on my spiritual channel are things that I have come up with myself. Okay, some of it, of course, is research. Much of it is research, but some of these things are specific to my own teachings. Let's not forget I'm a college professor. So these things are things that I come up with, my own theories and my own studies and things like that. So when someone's saying that it's easy for me to notice that they copied, that they can just read it from a book, okay? And I just want you all to pay attention to that. And then another thing is, if she was so smart and had such critical thinking skills, why would she be telling all these asinine lies that other YouTubers have pointed out are lies? No one's doing videos about me saying that I'm telling lies. Okay, so think about that as well. And also, further, she's the same person who's been trying for months to convince people that that fake book about Kim Porter is real. And she's been telling lies to try to prove her point. So just think about it. Is that someone who really has critical thinking skills? I don't think so. But I digress. Okay, and so College of Natural Health Sciences, BDA, thank you for your contribution to the channel, beloved, and also for your insight into the topic. It says, actually, the Queen has always taken the high road where Tisa is concerned. The royals know the real deal. Absolutely. And thank you, beloved, for pointing that out. That's why I said, I don't know what the problem is that she has had with me. I've never said anything bad about her. I don't just go in on people for no reason. I'm not a hater. I shout people out. You know, I want everybody to do good. At the end of the day, if I can help you, that's what I'm here to do. And you may remember that I even said one time, I said, you know, had she not been saying those things, I could have given her some game. You know, I could have taught her some things and she wouldn't have to have had to copy me. And so let me just give you guys, a bit of information that I came up with myself. So those of you who are new to the channel, because those of you who've been here, you already know, you know, what I'm talking about. But for those of you who are new to the channel, let me just say this. You know, the reason I had a lot of insight into the case with Diddy is because, for one, I am a criminal justice professor, okay? Now, my PhD is in public administration, but I have a bachelor's of science in criminal justice, and I teach criminal justice, okay, as an adjunct professor. With that all being said, I also am an esoteric philosopher. And so for those of you who follow my spiritual teachings, you know that I'm always giving you esoteric information, teaching you about the allegorical text in the Bible and all of that. So let me just give you something that I know, because remember, Wig One, who I also exposed, remember how Wig One was trying to steal my talking points? And here's the thing. Here's how you can tell a scholar from someone who's copying a scholar. Wig One, when she was copying me, when I talked about the biblical allegories, she kept calling it algorithms. She said the word like 3 times. The first time I thought she misspoke, but she continued to call it algorithms. That's because she didn't research. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She's just copying what she heard me say because it sounds good. Now, as for Wig 2, aka Tisa Tells, well, she said playsate and she said chakras, not chakras. She just mispronounces words and she doesn't get her facts straight when she's trying to copy my talking points some of the time because she's not educated in that, you know, particular area of study. So let me just give you something that I can tell. This is how I can tell when someone's copying me, because I come up with things myself. The Most High gives me downloads and sends me discernment. You all know that I have spiritual gifts. I predicted things. I predicted the attempted assassination on Trump back in 2020. I told you all about something that was going to happen to Trump. They were going to try to assassinate him, or he was going to be assassinated, and that the Secret Service would be involved. You guys know I've told you that a myriad of times over the years, but the first time I told you that was in 2020. So let me just give you all a tidbit of information that I came up with myself. I didn't read this anywhere. This is from my own intellect. So in the Bible, you know, as I told you all, the Bible is full of allegorical stories that have hidden messages. Okay, so you have to read the Bible for your own understanding and using your third eye, not the pair of eyes. So remember, I told you guys on the spiritual channel that when you say the Lord's Prayer, the part that says, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, I told you that they're talking about the zodiac wheel, because there are 88 constellations. The 12 of those constellations fall in the direct path of the sun. With that all being said, those are the zodiacs that we're born under, okay? And they're in the house of the zodiac in the cosmos, in the sky, that looks like a wheel. Now, the zodiacs determine our personality traits. For example, if you're born as a Pisces, you have things in common with other Pisces because you're born with those characteristics. So the Pisces is one of the zodiac signs. Well, we'll just say all 12 of the zodiac signs are in the heavens, okay? They're in the house of the zodiac. with that all being said, when they say the Lord's Prayer, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, they're talking about the zodiac wheel, which is absolutely in heaven. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. The zodiac wheel is in heaven, and the will is being done on earth just like it is in heaven because of the zodiac wheel, which determines our characteristics and personality traits. Okay, so just pay attention. I'm just saying, when I hear somebody say that, if I hear somebody say that, like I heard Wig One say it, I knew she copied that from me. She didn't read that in any book. She literally heard me say that because nobody taught me that. That's what I deciphered when I started realizing that the Bible is full of allegorical context, okay? Very full of allegorical stories. All right. So, anyway, let me continue. So, here we go. So, let's continue. I'm going to share this video, and after this, we're going to get into my receipts. Okay, as you can see the title here, now all of a sudden she's exposing people for lying. Okay. Now the title of this video, Diddy victim from viral photo revealed as fraud, tells all, part 1. So she's even doing a part 1 and part 2 like I did. I'm sorry, please pay attention. Okay, now let's get into what she said, because in this video, she literally was talking about chakras and spirituality. Where do you think she got that from? Okay, these were never her talking points before. See, when you hear me talking about spirituality, you've heard me talk about spirituality since 2020. You've always heard me talk about spirituality. It's not something I just started doing, but that's what she just started doing because she's just copying what I'm saying. Okay, and like someone said the other day, someone told me, Queen, she's trying to copy your logic. And I was like, that's exactly what she's doing. It's not about just copying the content or the receipts, but she's literally trying to copy my talking points and my thinking points. And let me say this too. Do you all remember when I came on here and told you guys that some of you sent me the video where she was calling me a fool or an idiot? And she's like, oh, this idiot's going to make me start going live every day. Why would you have to go live every day simply because I go live every day? Well, that's because she feels the need to compete against me. And I don't compete against her or anyone. The only person I ever compete against is myself. I try to do better every time I'm doing research, and I try to learn something new every day. That's why I have so much knowledge. But at the end of the day, she literally said, oh, this idiot's going to make me have to go live every day. Well, that's because you're trying to compete. And guess what? You can't compete when you don't compare. And that's just the fact. Okay, Southwest Houston, Texas said the Jim Carrey thumbnail is hilarious. Thank you, beloved. That's what I want you all to pay attention to. Okay, and that's why I'm ticked off. But I'm not going to let her get away with it because I'm going to call her out every time she does it. Okay, so I'm going to put an overlay up here, and I'm going to go to 3 timestamps for you all to hear.
Hey, what's up? Okay, here we go.
Now you just to confirm, you
a woman in a tank top. And I have definitive proof on that. Out of respect for the young woman that was laying on the table with sushi, that is her story to tell. She is not that young woman on the table either. She literally came and said that she was a victim of everyone. I have proof to back up what I'm saying. Just let me cook. She says that she can't find a lawyer. She needs a lawyer. Okay? She's saying all these things implicating Roger Bond, this, that, and the third, Kamora Lee. She said Sarah Chapman wasn't pregnant. Sarah Chapman was 100% unequivocally pregnant. And I know this for a fact. Okay? Well, it can be. Listen.
Okay, now I want you all to pay attention because as I told you, if she wasn't copying my talking points, why is it that every time I call her out, it's always something that she did after me? She never did it at the same time. It's never something that she said first. If you look at the timestamps, okay, she always does these things after I do it. And so it's not a coincidence. She's literally copying. But let's continue. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance.
with Miss Doe arriving after they left. While still in the studio, so also the fact that they said her parents, it is being said that the parents, the reason they said that is the parents also actually remember seeing a different woman's parents. Remember seeing the Jane Doe in that Dolce & Gabbana tank top. So at this point, there are 4 people outside of Diddy's people that can 100% ID and testify that this woman is not Misha. While in the studio section of Daddy's house, he asked J. Doe to sit on his lap and take a picture. Identity to be kept secret while there is somebody pretending and masquerading to be her, spreading misinformation. Maybe they can't, again, I want to be fair. Maybe there's mental illness going on. Maybe she's mixing up what happened with her and other people with the story she read about this young woman. Because there is some trauma that took place.
Now, remember, didn't I say that maybe she had mental health issues? But let's continue.
Something happened. My goal is not to say that woman is not a victim. My goal is to say that woman is not the girl that was sitting in these pictures on Diddy's lap with these photos. These weren't secret photos that were found. It wasn't proof. She literally screenshotted them from an actual legal court document that was filed quietly right after Cassie. And the reason why Douglas Wigdor and all these lawyers that know that this is not Misha has not come forward is because remember that gag order Diddy fought for? Remember that gag order Diddy fought for to make sure that nobody that's testified in front of a grand.
I'm fast forwarding a bit, guys, so we can hurry up and get through this. I'm going to go to the part where she brings up Courtney Burgess and basically implies that him and Ariel. Now she even thinks the lawyer that I've been calling out for months, Ariel Mitchell Kidd, I've been saying that lady and Courtney were full of crap and the lawyer was shady and that I didn't believe either of them. Okay, please pay attention.
The Courtney Burgesses of the world, right? Who, by the way, they just letting Ariel Mitchell and them run around crazy, the whatever. If and when, or maybe if, they are exposed as lies, then everybody that believed it and everybody that looked at the casual headline be like, damn, I really believed them. So they was lying about that. And I really believed it. They were like crying. They said they had, Courtney Burgess says he had videos, blah, 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 blah. They were crying. They were this. Well, then if I believed them and they were lying, then does that mean these other people are lying? Because they were crying too. And they sounded like they were telling the truth too. So maybe everybody's lying. You know what? I don't know what to believe anymore. Maybe Diddy's not the monster. Mind you, you got everybody on Diddy's side being like, holding hands, talking about some, we are the world, we are the children, we are the, literally singing Hands Across America, whatever you call it. And now Diddy is looking like, yo, he seems like a good dude. He a loving dad. He doing this, he doing that. All these victims came out and they lying, except for the fact of the victims that came out are speaking on social media platforms when the government is sitting there begging you, come forward. If you know anything, come forward. We will protect you. We will fight for you. We will make sure this man never sees the light of day. Come forward. Says all the civil attorneys. We will make you a very rich person and make sure that you have enough money that you can get the mental health you need, the access to mental health services so you can heal and move past this trauma. Come forward, please. But you're not. You're not. You're giving interviews about how you know for a fact Cassie was beat in the hallway on that video because she was trying to steal $100K. That's funny. The grand jury don't seem to know that. And neither do Diddy's lawyers, because Diddy's lawyers tried everything they could to say it was a loving relationship. You anything from Little Rod? Have you heard anything from Cassie? Have you heard anything from the attorney?
Okay, I'm going to fast forward you guys, and I want you to pay attention when she starts talking about chakras and spirituality. I want you to pay attention because she can't even pronounce the word right. She says chakra. Please pay attention. Clearly copying the queen.
That ruined her and sent her on a lifelong struggle with substance abuse. It's not disrespected and turned into some mockery that is going to be used to help free the very man that literally forced her to file this lawsuit. That's all I'm saying. But listen. Oh gosh. Anyway, right? Listen, at the end of the day, we're entering into the age of misinformation. I showed you guys my evidence. I'm going to keep going in it. I showed you guys my evidence. My goal is not to dissuade those that don't want to be dissuaded. Time reveals everything. I have said that if you guys have been following my channel from the beginning, I have been eerily right months in advance about what was going to happen to Diddy, what was going to happen with the grand jury indictment, whether there was a grand jury going to be convened, what was going to happen with the grand jury, what his charges were going to be. I still double down on what the superseding charges are going to be.
Now I want you all to pay attention because I was the first one who said something about a superseded indictment and all of that. I was the first one who said something about a superseding indictment. I want you all to pay attention. I was the first one who talked about the jury being impaneled. If she was so smart, why did she say the grand jury was convened? A grand jury being impaneled and a grand jury being convened are two different things. Now, if you go back, you'll see that when I was posting about it being impaneled, she said it was convened. It's two different things. That's for number one. So she's not as smart as she thinks she is. And a lot of that stuff that she's pointing out now saying that she said it, well, she did say it after I said it. Like I told you, the only thing she said before I did was Diddy's apology. And she said that she got that from an insider, which she likely did. Because she was like, so maybe I do have an insider and maybe I'm just a good guesser. But she said that she had an insider. So please pay attention. It's not like she's just figuring this stuff out, okay? Please pay attention.
I told you guys about the apology. I told you exactly within 17 minutes of it dropping when it was going to be made the day before. I told you what he was going to say in the apology. I told you what.
Now, let me explain to you guys why she's saying all of this while she's exposing these young ladies. She's saying all of this to try to make it more convincing that she's figured out that they're frauds, when in fact, she copied it from me. I literally exposed everything that she said a day or two before. She saw my video and then she comes out saying they're frauds. She even called out the lawyer and Courtney Burgess, whom she never had said a thing about before. I had been saying this for months, okay, or at least for weeks, because I interviewed Courtney Burgess. I interviewed Adria English, and I even knew that they were lying before I interviewed them because I told you guys they were lying before I interviewed them. I did a whole members only live exposing and pointing out Adria English's lies 3 days before I interviewed her. And then when I interviewed her, I had Gavin, who's an attorney, on the channel with me. And we both were texting each other. As you all saw, we were texting each other because we knew she was lying. And I'd already called it out. So please pay attention. Like I said, she's saying all these things that she came up with first, and she said it months in advance. No, I said it months in advance because you guys know that I predict stuff all the time. Okay, I've been predicting stuff on this channel for years. Those of you who've been following me since 2020, you know that. Okay, so please pay attention.
What order he was going to say in the apology. I told you what the grand jury investigation was saying. I told you what the feds were looking for. I told you what was going to happen. I said it was going to be RICO when everybody else was like.
Okay, so let me address Rudy McLeod. He says, who cares who said it first? You sound petty. It's not about who just said it first. It's about someone copying my critical thinking skills. And at the end of the day, Rudy, if you don't like it, you don't have to be here, beloved. Okay, the bottom line is I'm calling out somebody who's trying to take credit for things that I put together. Do you not get that? Now, if you're a tattletale and you're upset because I'm calling out your boss or your mama, you don't have to be in here. How about I just block you? Goodbye. Now let's continue.
Oh, it's just DB. I got called a liar. I got called this. I got called that. My point of saying this is that believe what you want to believe. I'm telling you what I believe to be true. And I'm giving you my evidence that I use to make up my mind. Again, the evidence is there for you. Don't believe me. If you want, go to my channel, review every single thing. You don't got to believe me. I actually don't care.
Now you all see that comment on the channel. It says this girl is trying to copy and sounds like you. Exactly. Okay. See how Queen blocked him, folks? Exactly. I sure did block him. I didn't give him any grace because he was getting on my nerves.
I'm talking to the people that are concerned about Diddy actually getting out, and the people that are actually just thinking about thinking about, like, you know, listen, there are so many channels open for Diddy's victims to get justice. Not even justice, protection, real protection. At that level. Jeff Bezos is like, what? Since he gave me, can't say Diddy assure justice. And what's more, you will be placed with counsel. And of course, you always have an option to go for also monetary relief if you need. And again, it's not just monetary to buy a big house. I'm sure anybody that's had to go through this, you need mental health healing. If you want to pay for spiritual healing, you can go to the best spiritual healers and get your chakras all aligned, right? Diddy is in jail right now. If you know anything, you can help him stay there. You can recoup damages. You can get free psychological, spiritual help for the rest of your life. Literally.
Okay, I think we've heard enough. I think we've actually heard enough. Okay, I want y'all to pay attention. Okay, and see, here's the thing. No, Nia, Andrea was calling Tisa a liar, beloved. That's why I said days ago that sometimes when we type stuff in the chat or whatever, it comes across the wrong way. But yes, Andrea is one of my loyal royals. She was talking about Tisa, beloved. Don't get her. Don't go in on her. For anybody thinking that I'm petty, well, yeah, I am petty. I've told you that plenty of times. My nickname is Petty LaBelle. And being as petty as I am, when I have time today, in which today I do, I'm going to call out people who copy my content. I don't care about somebody saying, oh, there's YouTubers who copy people's stuff all the time. I don't give a darn. If somebody doesn't mind somebody copying their stuff, that's on them. But when I sit here and do all of this research, and when I sit here and use logic to put all these things together, okay, and to figure it all out, well, I'm not going to sit here and just be quiet while someone's copying my stuff and they're getting the credit because they have 10 times the followers that I have. So if you think that's okay, that's your prerogative, but I don't. I don't have a problem with that. And maybe I have a problem with that because I'm petty. The main reason I have a problem with it is because this is the same person who was talking trash about me. Don't talk trash about me and then use my stuff to try to get a clout chase, to try to get clicks and views, to try to act like you're so smart when you're clearly not. Because if you were so smart, you wouldn't have to copy me or anyone else. That's what you wouldn't have to do. Okay. And if you did copy someone, you would give them the credit. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So anybody who doesn't like it, you don't have to be here. Okay. Obed Israel says, dang, she sound like you, Queen, LOL. Hell no. Exactly. Because she's mimicking me. And like I said, I challenge you to go look at any of her old videos, and you will absolutely see that she was never talking like that. She has literally stolen my entire style. And that's why I'm mad. Because I am unique and original. That's why I'm the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. Okay, I don't copy anyone. I don't want to be anyone other than myself. She clearly is not secure with who she is. So she has to copy me. That's just what it is. And thank you for saying that she sounds like me. Yes, because she's trying to. Okay, so please pay attention. And let me just say this. You can tell a difference between someone who is educated and who knows these things because I just flow when I'm talking. I don't have to pause. I don't have to talk slow. I don't have to do all of that. I don't even have to think about it. This stuff comes off the top of my head because I've been teaching this stuff for so long. I have these things memorized. Okay. At the end of the day, that's how you absolutely know that she is copying what I'm doing and what I'm saying. Okay, so please pay attention. And like I said, if she had half the intellect that I do, she would not be sitting up here telling these asinine lies, having to make up whole stories to get people to follow, and not having to sit up here and mispronounce words. Okay, at the end of the day, we can all mispronounce words every now and then because we may not know how every word is pronounced, but simple words like placate, you're saying placate, like please make that make sense. Okay, and then chakras, like I'm just done. I'm just done. And when she talked about the chakras being aligned, she clearly got that from me. Okay. What does she even know about chakras being aligned besides nothing? And you can tell she doesn't know anything about it because otherwise she'd have been able to say the word. Please pay attention. All right. So when somebody comes to her talking about, oh, you being petty. Yeah, I am being petty. But that doesn't negate the fact that she's copying my stuff. And let's not forget how she started doing all these other things that I won't even get into right now that I've pointed out to you guys before. Started doing a whole bunch of other things that I, in fact, do. Okay. Like calling people out, putting their comments on the screen and all of that, PowerPoints, all of these things. And her PowerPoints are not even real PowerPoints. It's just her showing a bunch of pictures on the screen and she calls it PowerPoints. But the point is, she's tried to copy everything that I absolutely do. And I have a problem with that. And I will continue to call her out. So whoever is mad, you can go cry 2 tears in a bucket because I really don't care. Okay. And you don't have to follow my channel. Go follow hers. Okay. Go follow hers. But just remember that she's the person who mixes lies with truth. Okay. That's what she does. So I'm going to stop right there because here's the thing. At the end of the day, beloveds, the bottom line is this. You know, I don't feel any need to reach out to somebody who's clearly lied on me, disparaged me, and all of that. No, I don't need to ask her anything. I don't need to talk to her about a darn thing. That's what I don't need to do. Okay. I mean, when people show me who they are, I believe them. Okay. In the words of Maya Angelou, I believe them. And so I know who she is. With that all being said, let's get into the other wig that I exposed and who had her attorney send me a cease and desist telling me to take down those videos. And I didn't take them down. And she's talking about, oh, I'm going to get my legal team and sue. She hasn't sued me yet because she knows darn well I was telling the truth. And this, in fact, for those of you who've been asking for it, I'm so glad that you all have been requesting it. This is the video where I had her funeral because I put the final nail in her coffin. Okay, please pay attention. Jandria said she sounds like she is 9. Okay. At the end of the day. So let's get into it. Lights up, everyone. And this is just bonus footage for those of you who have been asking me to play it. Dearly beloveds, I want to thank you all for gathering today with the Queen. You see, I didn't come to bury the hatchet. I came to bury the wig. All right? That's what I came to do. So let's get into it. And so you see, Wig has taken it upon herself to have myself and Michi X and Angel served with a cease and desist. Her attorney asked us to call him, to reach out to him before September the 2nd. And so here I sit. And we did reach out to her attorney and we spoke to him and I recorded the conversation. Okay, so I'm going to play a bit of that conversation with Wig's attorney for you. And also I want to say this. At the end of the day, a Wig has told her attorney that I committed defamation and slander against her. She says that I told people that she was a cult leader and that she defrauded her customers. He called them customers, I called them subscribers. Well, here's the thing. The problem with that whole narrative for Wig is that her own former subscribers came on my show and they said that she defrauded them. Some of them sent me emails. Some of them had Zoom meetings with me and they said that she defrauded them. So she needs to prove that I lied. That's what she needs to do. And also, with that all being said, if she thought this poor little attempt was going to intimidate me, right? It doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. You see, because I know that I told the truth. I told no lies. And I never called her a cult leader. What I said was, she has named her people #VickyNation, and she got that from a cult leader by the name of Nature Boy, who calls his cult Carbon Nation. And I also mentioned Autumn Nation. So I never said specifically that she was a cult leader, so she can miss me with it. She's asked that I demanded, not asked. In the paperwork, it says, now just pull the paperwork up. I'm going to share my screen and let you all see what was sent to me by her attorney. I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this foolishness, because that's absolutely what I consider it to be. Because she knows darn well she started this whole debacle. She brought this on herself. Once again, she's trying to play the victim. But hold on, because here we go again. There you all see it. Now I'm going to tell you what I found interesting about this whole thing. What I found interesting is when you scroll down to the bottom, hold on. Where's the part that I really want you all to pay attention to? Hold on, beloveds. So there's a specific part in here where she says that I called her a cult leader. You are hereby advised that under Colorado law, you may be held liable for damages resulting from the repetition of any false and defamatory statements you've made. And for those defamations, you have caused to be published by associates at your direction. I find that interesting. You see, the reason I find that interesting is because I never directed anyone to publish anything. Anything that I published, I did it myself. You see, Wig was the one who had people publish things. She's the one who had people covertly go and target people's channels for false flags. And we have proof of that. So what is Wig talking about? I never directed anyone to do anything. You see, I do these things all by myself and on my own. I need not enlist the aid of others as she does. All right. But here's what I thought was more interesting. I want you all to pay attention. In some part of this, let me see if I can find the specific part where she said that I called her a cult leader per se. Hold on, beloveds, bear with me. It's a lot of legal jargon, and you know I'm good at deciphering all of that. But hold on one second. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, I want y'all to pay attention. Now, right here, let me see if I can zoom in so you all can see that a little bit better. Let me see if I can zoom in. Okay, right here, it says, in particular, you accused Miss Dillard of defrauding her customers and running a cult, among numerous other spurious and defamatory accusations. I want you all to pay attention to that. You see, the reason why that is so important, beloveds, the reason that part is so important is because she said I accused her of running a cult and defrauding her customers. Yes, I did accuse her of defrauding her customers. Her customers told me, her subscribers told me that they were defrauded with the fake keys, the fake ATM cards. So that's what they said. And they will testify to that in court. I've already spoken with them, some of them. And here's the thing. At the end of the day, I never said that she was a cult leader. That's what I didn't say. So miss me with that. Another thing is, what I find interesting is this. Pay attention. She said that there was fraudulent documents and stuff being used, right? Y'all remember she said that. Now, the funny thing is, she said that I lied about her being a political activist, about why she went to federal prison. She said that the FBI lied on her, that the charges were trumped up. That's what she said, right? So all of that information is on public record. But here's the thing that I find the most interesting about that. She never listed any of that in the law, in the paperwork that I received. She didn't say anything about me lying about her being a political activist and fighting for Black folk. She didn't say that I lied about the paperwork that I showed, saying that she committed wire fraud, mortgage fraud, bank fraud. She didn't say that I lied about her making elderly Black people be homeless. All right, forging $130,000 check, her and her co-conspirators. She didn't say anything about that. You know why she didn't say anything about that? Because it's true. It's all true. Absolutely. She's no activist fighting for Black folk. She fought for herself. That's what she did. And at the end of the day, she did everything that I said she did. And I'm not going to take that. False Alma says, you have proof she directed her chat? Really? Because chat does things clearly, regularly that creators do not instruct them to do. I'd show those receipts. Well, I did show the receipts, beloved. I mean, I did like 11 to 12 videos about her and her people. They got on here. They got on my video. You know, I interviewed some of them and they said that, you know, one of them was her manager for her fan page, said that Vicky told them to target certain people's channels. This is what they said. My channel, Michi X's channel, absolutely. Told them to flag our channels to get our videos removed. Okay. With that all being said, I absolutely had proof. Okay. The proof was the people told me, they said it, and they weren't lying. Because if they were lying, then she would have sued them like she said. Because she didn't only send a cease and desist to me, she sent it to her former manager, who also said that she was instructed to flag channels. She sent it to her as well, and to Michi X, who was also exposing her, who has been exposing her, you know, calling her out. But I'm the one, the reason she was so mad at me is because I literally went and dug up the legal documents and proved that she was not in jail or prison because she was a political activist, but in fact that she was defrauding Black people. But she's supposed to be so pro-Black. She's supposed to be so down for the people, but you grifted your own people and you went to prison for it. Left a 69-year-old woman by the name of Evangelist Josita C. Williams, left that woman homeless and destitute. So much so that when she filed against Vicky Dillard and her co-conspirators in court, she had to file former pauperous, which means you don't even have money, okay, to afford to be filing the lawsuit. So yes, I absolutely had receipts, and that's why there's nothing was filed against me. She was just trying to scare me. Please pay attention, and you'll hear all of this when I play the attorney, the recording that I did with him. Down any videos. That's what she wants me to do. The attorney said that she wanted me to retract my statements. I will not retract anything because, in fact, everything that I said about her is 100% true, and I'm standing on that. If I were lying, I would not even be doing this video. If I were lying, I would not have done any of the videos. I'm the queen of receipts, and I don't say or do anything unless I have receipts. So Wig can miss me with it. Now, if she wants to take this to court, then let's go. All right, let's go, because I have my receipts. But I'm going to play for you now, and let me just remind you all of something. This is agent behavior. You see, she took the money. She bragged about making $100,000 from webinars, but then her attorney lawyer basically tries to imply that because I posted some footage of her webinars that she did back in January, that she did back in October of 2021, that I made her lose money. I didn't make her lose money. In fact, she bragged on a whole video that she made $100,000 from those webinars. So how did I make her lose money? You see, when she did those webinars, that was months ago. She already made her money from them. Those were over and done. Now, when people sent them to me and I shared them, well, there was no money to lose because she'd already done them and made her money. And not to mention, I'm not the only one who has them. They're already public because people sent them to me. How did I get them? So that's what she needs to talk about. At the end of the day, this is absolutely agent behavior. She's really upset because she's losing money because Angel Love is no longer managing her fan page, promoting all of her works and webinars and videos and all of those things. Angel's no longer doing that, and that's cost her significantly. And not to mention that many of her own subscribers have realized that she's just been telling lies and all of that. Okay? And at the end of the day, her saying that I directed anyone to do anything is laughable because her own subscribers came on my channel, Mr. Hotel, Ishara, Angel Love. They all came on my channel, you see, and they all said that she was telling people amongst her crew to flag people's videos. Now we know that she absolutely had Angel and other people flagging Michi's videos. All right. And I absolutely believe that she had them false flagging mine as well. So with that all being said, have several seats is what she needs to do. Now I'm going to play this recording of our conversation because me and Angel called her attorney on three-way. And I recorded the conversation, okay? And here's the thing. You can absolutely record a conversation as long as you're a party to it. So that's what I did. Okay, so let me address a couple of questions. Someone asked if it was on the news or if the lady testified or whatever. Well, the lady absolutely did testify, but the bottom line is I showed the court documents. I had the literal court documents, okay? You can get court documents for things like this or whatever, and that's what I did. And then also, Nina says, is the zodiac information in the Bible? Well, here's the thing. It speaks a lot about astrology in the Bible, even though some Christians will tell you that you're not supposed to be doing it, but it's absolutely in the Bible where it says Mezeroth. Okay, that literally is the Hebrew word for zodiac. It talks about the 3 rings of Orion. Okay, with that all being said, it also talks about how the 3 wise men followed the North Star. Okay, why did they do that? Okay, that's all pertaining to astrology. And then even when the disciples came and asked Jesus before he ascended back into heaven after the crucifixion, they asked him, when will there be another Passover? Meaning, when would he return? And he said to them, there shall come a man upon you bearing pouring water. Follow him into the house that he entereth in. And that is Aquarius, which we're now in the age of Aquarius, okay? Because Jesus walked the earth in the age of Pisces, and an age, or an eon, as some call it, lasts approximately 2,166 years. So Jesus basically said in the Bible, the man bearing pouring water, follow him into the house that he entereth in. Well, that's the house of the zodiac. And that was Aquarius, okay, which we're now in. So please pay attention. And as far as that specifically, as I worded it about the God's will be done on earth as it is in heaven, no, that's not in the Bible. That was my own discernment because, like I said, I have spiritual gifts, okay? So sometimes I just have epiphanies. The Most High shows me things. That's why I'm able to predict things and all of that. Now, we next, aka DSB says, Queen, forgive me for saying this, but it's got to be said. I've been holding back all day, but you look damn fine in that black, and I'll leave it at that, family. Well, thank you, beloved. I appreciate your kind words and your contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings to you. Okay? Peace, love, and blessings to you. Now we're going to hear the call of her attorney trying to intimidate me and Angel Love because I called him on three-way. I'm going to play an excerpt. I'm not going to play the whole thing because, as I recall, it's about 30 minutes long. Okay. Okay, so College of Natural Health Sciences says, I just can't rock with Wig 1, especially when she started broadcasting in her bra. Right. I mean, wasn't that all crazy? Like, what was really going on? I had several questions, beloved. I had several questions. It's actually about 30 minutes long. So with that all being said, let's get into it. Because I don't know who Wig thought she was messing with, but like Bone Crusher, I ain't never scared. All right? Especially when I got the truth on my side. I told 0 lies, honey. 0 lies. So here's the recording. Pay attention.
Email from you earlier today. I was calling you to discuss this. Okay, Lucretia. So how can I help you? So you can help me by, let me just first let you know, I do have counsel, so I will be forwarding your letter as you stated. Also, I'm sorry, Angel, also let him know that Miss Shakur is also on the phone. Okay, go ahead. Miss Shakur, yes, you sent me a letter also in reference to Vicky Dilla. Okay, go ahead, Angel. Yes. So what I wanted to let you know is that those false statements that you said to me regarding defaming Vicky Dilla's character is a lie. She actually defamed my character. She actually posted my picture and false information on her personal platforms, all her business platforms, including Facebook, social media. It was sent to millions of people, and I'm also taking legal actions against her because she left it posted for over a month. She even attended, and she even ordered people to take care of me for being a snitch, which she does have a video of it that I back and forth.
And I have the video also. But hold on, Angel. Also let him know that not only did she post those things, that when you spoke to the police about it, they said even though she tried to delete it after the fact, which was about a month and a half later, that it's still going to be able to be pulled up.
Let me just stop to remind you guys, those of you who know, you know, that someone literally called me, some man, I don't know if she put him up to it or not, but some man literally called and threatened me, okay, for exposing her. And I played that recording because I recorded him as well. As soon as I realized what he was trying to do, I recorded him and I played that on the live also, okay? So please pay attention. But she had the nerve to try to send a cease and desist.
Absolutely, because all they have to do is subpoena all the platforms she did it on.
And which we will.
It could be, it's just too many people tweeted, too many people shared it, too many people liked it. It's there, so she can't deny it.
And you and I both received, I'm sorry, but also Angel and I both received threatening phone calls. Now, we can't prove that Ms. Dillard got these people to call us, but it's very likely that she did. And so with that all being said, in civil court, we only have to prove by preponderance of the evidence, as we know. So, and we have other information to prove that the things that let me just say this, Angel, before you get back started. The things that Ms. Shakur posted in the videos that I did about her, I have proof of all of that. It's on the FBI's website. She's a whole fraudulent, convicted of wire fraud, bank fraud, and mortgage fraud. And she served time for it. So all of the evidence is, hold on, let me finish. Oh, sure, go ahead.
And, here's the thing. So obviously I'm the middle guy here.
Right.
Obviously my interests are for my client.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I do believe my client. And here's the thing. Obviously I have not heard your side of the story, so I'm just going off of the facts that I understand them to be based off of my client.
Right.
And here's the thing. Obviously, in a perfect world, 100% my interests lay with my client.
Yes, they should.
I would love everyone just to calm down and just leave each other alone.
This is the thing. Let me say this, Mr. Hopper.
Yeah.
Mr. Shakur, don't say her. Because this is really between Dickie, Renee, Dillard, and me. Between me alone. Because I was the one who had the relationship with her. I was the one who was working for her for 2.5 years for free. I was the one promoting her businesses and assisting her as her personal assistant. So the issue is with me. You just put the stuff on the internet that the FBI already has on the internet. But the issue started between me and Dickie. So I understand what you're saying, Mr. Harper, and your alliance is with your client, which I do understand that as well. But what you don't know about your client and what she did not disclose to you, which I can email to you with your client's name and everything, is my damn face posted on her social media platform, my name, my license, my address, my phone number, my social security number, my mother's address, my children, everything on her platform that she shared throughout all of her platforms, which she will be responsible for. So your client probably didn't disclose that to you, sir. And it stayed there multiple times, multiple months. People even asked her, could you take it off? People who know us mutually, and she told them no. They are witnesses in my case as well. Because it won't be hearsay. It'll be from the person who asked her to take it off, and she told them no. So your client, so I understand you are bound by them, but please understand what you're about to get into, because number one, I did nothing illegal. Everything that I have said and done was in defense of myself and my character. Every security camera that I had to install, because I'm in fear of my life, because she put my personal address out, and I can prove she did it because she asked me for my personal information. She asked me for my social security. I texted it to her. I sent it directly to her. Even one of the addresses that she had was not even listed on my credit report or anything else. Why? Because I never informed the government that I lived there. She knew. But the person she had called me also knew and said it and posted it. So that is a direct link. No one else had that information because it was a new address. So I have my proof. But I'm just calling you because you said contact you before September 2nd, which I did. But you also need to, because I've already filed a warrant for her arrest. Just so you know, it's already been filed. The judge is trying to figure out the jurisdiction because we are interstate. I'm in Georgia, she's
I've already filed fraud charges against her because I have money coming out of my account, both my credit cards that only I use to pay for something on her website with tamper with, not my other three. Only the one I use with her digital platform. Also, my checking account that I sent her money from to her digital platform has been tampered with. No, I have proof of it all. I have case numbers of it all. So just so you know what you're about to get into with your client.
And then let me say this. Okay. Let me say this also. I'm not going to remove the videos for the simple fact I never told one lie on her. Like I said, all the information I got was already online. That's where I got it. Another thing is, and some of it was from the Freedom of Information Act. But also, another thing is, as far as me saying that she was a cult leader, I never said that. I said that she was acting like one. There's a difference. And I also said that she started calling her people Vicky Nation, which was a copy from a cult leader who calls their group Carbon Nation. And he's actually a cult. That's what I said. I also said that someone that she was having close ties to has been accused of being a cult leader. And I choose my words carefully because, first of all, I have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. And at the end of the day, I know exactly to be careful of everything I say. And in fact, one of my other YouTube friends, Tasha K, just lost a defamation suit to Cardi B. And so I followed that case very carefully. So I'm always careful about how I choose my words. The thing is this, she is losing money. And the reason she's losing money is because the scam is up. Okay, her people, her own subscribers, her customers, they're the ones, they literally came on my show on the videos. I can send them to you if you like. But they came on my show and they are the ones who said that she defrauded them. I brought witnesses on the show, 3 or 4 of them. I believe it was 4. Okay, and there's another young man that she lied on who also wants to sue her for lying on him, saying that he threatened her. And so that was all a lie. All of these things have been proven. We have receipts of all of this stuff. I guarantee you she cannot show you one bit of evidence that we lied about anything. Another thing I want to say in closing is the webinars that she's talking about. Well, she didn't lose any money from those webinars. Those webinars are public because people sent them to me. So if people sent them to me, that means they're already public. Other people have them. And at the end of the day, she didn't lose anything because she did the webinar, one of them in October of 2021. She'd already made her money from that. She was no longer doing that same webinar. And then she did another one in January 2022. I showed clips from that. She'd already made her money. And in fact, she posted a video bragging that she made $100,000 from the webinars. So with that all being said, she lost nothing. And let's not forget, you guys, that when she did the webinars, she was using my information from my spiritual channel. You guys came back and told me. All the people that came to me saying that she grifted them, they said she was using my information, the teachings that I have on my spiritual channel, but she was mixing it with what they called black magic and telling them to do incantations. Well, I've never told you to do incantations. That's witchcraft. I've always told you to do affirmations, positive affirmations. Okay, so she was mixing the spirituality that I was teaching with alleged black magic. Okay, and I thought that was also nefarious. And that's why I did the videos airing her out, because the people came to me to get justice, because they knew that I would expose the truth. And that's just what it is. And if you all remember, my moderators, you remember that earlier that year in January, I told you guys that the Most High gave me a dream that she was going to be exposed that year. I had no idea that it was going to be me that did it. I literally had those receipts on her for years, for at least 2 years, and never bothered to use them. Never bothered to use them. At the end of the day, the only reason I had them is because I heard people saying that she went to prison for fraud and she's trying to act like she's such a revolutionary, like she's Huey P. Newton or something. And so that's why I looked the stuff up for myself. But I never had any intentions of ever discussing it or showing it on a live or anything until people came to me and they were like, Queen, we need you to do something. She's sitting here grifting us and she's using your talking points and all of this. And she's talking about your spiritual stuff, but mixing it with, black magic and all this stuff. Said she had some occultist, a cult leader come on her channel and all of these things, or come to the webinars. So at the end of the day, honey, it was what it was, honey. No lies were told on our behalf. She's going to have to prove that I lied on her. She's going to have to prove that I made her lose something. And the other elements and all of that. And then I shared it with a third party, which absolutely I did, because I did it on my live stream. But I have no defamation. So tell her if she wants to move forward, that myself, Miss Love, and the other
young lady, Michi X. I don't remember Michi's real name, but we'll all get together and get an attorney. Michelle Kotek, that's right, I forgot. So we'll all get together. We'll all get together and fight for the court because we're not going to retract anything. We told no lies. We don't have to prove we lied. We didn't lie. We don't have to prove that we told the truth. She has to prove that we did. And so that's what she's going to have to do. So we'll see her in court. And I have no problem with coming to Colorado, but I'm going to stand on everything that I said about Ms. Dillard. And I'm going to do a video about this. And I'm not going to use her name, but at the end of the day, I'm going to talk about this. Because she's not going to shut me up because I'm not telling any lies.
But let me ask the lawyer this. You can say, you leave her alone, she leaves you alone. My whole thing, sir, and if this goes to trial or whatever, you'll see because you'll do the research and you'll see where I have said I did not say anything negative to Vicky or about Vicky. When our relationship ended, I asked Vicky, and I have proof. I mean, all of this is in document. This is not hearsay. This is paper. I literally emailed her and said, hey, we have a one-on-one talk. She didn't want to talk to me. She wanted to say representatives. I said, I don't want to talk to nobody. And then she just ended our relationship. I said, fine, I respect you. I wish you well. Good luck. I'm going my way. Go your way. She then asked, could I change a fan page that I had that had her name because I was her, like I said, consistent. I actually was her digital content creator, and promoter. I edited all her videos. I moderated all her shows. I helped all her work. She lost money because she got rid of me, even though I was working for free. That is why she's not making money now because I'm not promoting her.
That's right.
That is why. I mean,
and then for her, another thing, Angel, when she wants you to remove the BGR headquarters, well, that she doesn't own that.
Well, let me tell you this. And I mean, he's a lawyer, so he knows this. Anybody can have a fan page. First of all, Beyonce got about 30 of them. I had a fan page that was a Vicky Dillard fan page. When we separated, I said I will respect you. I will remove your name, and I won't. That's it. I removed her name. She wanted me to delete the whole page, which I wasn't because it's my page, it's my email, and yes, I was doing it for you, but then you don't own it. And so I did change the name, I did change the topic, I did change everything, but she doesn't have the right to tell me to do anything with the new page, which she put in the letter. So I'm just telling you, I'm not removing the page. I will post what I want to post. I will post her client as well, as long as it is the truth and not defaming her character.
Right, and I will too.
Say her name as long as it's the truth and not defaming her character, and that's it. We'll just take it to court because what she's not going to do and what she's always done, and I have a whole video to email you like, she literally did a video. It was $147. She had to pay to see the video. I didn't go to the video. I didn't go
to the webinar.
To the webinar. I didn't go because we weren't friends at the time. Someone else went and they sent me the information. She literally talked about me for 35 minutes in a paid webinar. So if she does not want anyone to talk about her or mention her name, sir, you have to tell her to be quiet, to shut up. She thinks she's not talking about us, although because she's not saying our name, but she's throwing subliminal, she's saying the whole situation without saying our name.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. She has basically said my name. She has posted. What she has done is she posted a screenshot of a comment that I left on her platform to one of her subscribers. I asked them a question. I didn't say anything to her when I left the comment, but what she did was she screenshot the comment and posted it all over her social media with my name on it, and saying that I was obsessed with her, said that I was sick, #sick, #obsessed, and said that I was on her, like trying to insinuate that I was stalking her or something because I left a comment on her page. And so then what she's continued to do, if she wants to talk about harassment, what she's continued to do is post screenshots of comments of her subscribers that are still with her saying negative things about me. She's posted this all over the place. Hold on. Right. She's done that to both of us. But hold on. Here's the thing. I have done the same thing only after she did it, and the timestamps will prove that. She started this whole thing first and continued to do it. And hold on. And I have a video also where I said, if she wants me to stop talking about her, then stop talking about me. Leave it alone. And then I came back and I said, well, she she won't leave it alone. She keeps making videos. So I'm going to keep making videos. And so that's just what it is. And we have witnesses to everything we're saying. It's not just us three. We have witnesses. Like I said, 4 of her. There's a whole bunch of people that's about to do a class action lawsuit against her. Absolutely. Because they all are paying subscribers, which they pay monthly. I was one of them. $50 a month to go to her website. And she defrauded them selling the fake keys. Even have a license to charge for this type of stuff. Telling people how to make money, you gotta have a security license. Thank you. Holding your state and any other state. And she's telling people if you do this, you're guaranteed to make money. That's not. She's sending us merchandise. She's sending us special stuff to make money with like these fake credit card things, these fake keys that if you do this and ATM cards, fake ATM cards and all that. We've never made any money. We've been ripped off. And we're doing a class action lawsuit. So it's not just me, it's about 50 people. So tell them to get ready. Because just like there was 50 people that testified to her when she went to prison for her mortgage fraud and all that, there's going to be at least that many coming at her for this. And we're not playing any games. I'm not going to stop. I'm actually going to talk about this on the broadcast today, so you can let her know that too. As long as I tell the truth, I'm not worried about it. Because what she needs to do as far as her webinars are concerned, I'm going to need her to that I made her lose money by posting her webinars, because she knows that's a lie, because those webinars were done January of 2022 and October of 2021, and I didn't show them until July. And someone sent them to me, and I'm not going to say who, but several of her subscribers sent them to me. And that's how I was able to show them. So if they sent them to me, who else did they send them to? She needs to sit down somewhere. So I'm done with this conversation. I thank you for sending us the paperwork and having us to call you. But I would like for you to one other thing I want to mention that you, Ms. Shakur, you said about the occult. Let me tell you something. I know you don't know any of this, so listen. Nikki Diller has partnered with this man named Terrain Hicks, who has been allegedly tied to a lot of sex trafficking and under like women being missing. It was on the news. So it was on the news, absolutely. It was on the news. And I spoke to and I spoke to the lady with the Missing Persons Project on Facebook who actually spoke to him. Because the mother and the aunt did interviews. So this is all verified information. So, and I said that he was, and here's what I said. I said he has been accused of being a cult leader, because that's all over the internet too that he is. And then also he has a website, or he has a Facebook or YouTube. Yeah, the occult college. Actually, he has an occult college where you can enroll inside of his college to learn things of the occult. The reason why people assume that your client is dipping and dabbing in the occult is because she is inviting him to every single one of her webinars since October 24th of 2021. He was present. January 2nd of 2022, he was present. March 22nd of 2022, he was present. June 28th of 2022, he was present. And they both came to, in April the 29th. I was there. April the 29th, they both came to Atlanta, don't forget. Where we live. They both came to Atlanta.
That's the War Watch, right?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, and April the 23rd, she did all women the spiritual event here in Atlanta, and her special guest was the occult leader. And so it is natural that someone assumes that's what you're doing with every webinar since October 24th. She's been present to that didn't have anything to do so-called with the occult. Right. Except for your last webinar. So that's what I'm saying. And all three of us. But I'm just going to say this, and then I'm going to be done. Her last webinar is June 28th that I did not attend, that I received information. She was promoting his spiritual volcano coffee, that if you drink the coffee, all this magical stuff is going to happen. He said spells and chants over the coffee. It's on the webinar. It's on video. It can be proven in no limited time. So if you're doing this now, people have the right to assume you're in the occult. And another thing is that stuff that they're doing, I compared it to Peter Popoff selling that fake miracle water. That's what I did. And the clients or customers, they felt that they were defrauded because she sold them ATM cards, fake keys, and told them that this would bring them money, and they say these incantations and all this foolishness, and none of it worked. And some people, in fact, said that it was worse than before. And so we have these people that came on my videos, on my live streams, and they spoke out about this themselves. So it's not like I'm lying on her saying that she brought them. That's what they said.
Okay, so can I cut you guys off?
Sure, sure.
Because I need to have a meeting here.
Okay, great.
In a couple of minutes. But I mean, here's the thing. Obviously, based off of the cease and desist letters, there might have been some type of litigation being mentioned, pursuing further. But I will guarantee you one thing, or I will say this, the less videos or the less things that basically, you interact with, Vicky, and I'm not pointing fingers here.
Right.
Obviously, the cease and desist letter, the cease and desist letter obviously, says that you're doing this, you stop it, so automatically you assume that what you're doing is, I'm accusing you of doing something wrong. Obviously, that letter has that type of tone, but, that letter is not to say, hey, we're going to be filing lawsuits or we're doing anything. It's just a preliminary type of letter to just make sure that you understand that, all of these things, and again, you have your facts. This is the first time we've ever talked.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, I've talked to my client. I only have one side of the story, but, to prevent, and again, I'm trying to play mediator here a little bit. Obviously, there will be potentially no further actions. I can't guarantee it, but the chances of no further actions being taken other than the cease and desist letter, as long as, the YouTube videos, social media comments, and obviously you have your right to sue my client and her actions against you are being defamatory or she's saying things about you.
Mm-hmm.
But at least from my view, if you just tone down and please call Michi because Michi called me probably about 5 minutes before you called me.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if you put all your heads together, obviously all three of you got demand letters and cease and desist letters.
Right.
But I want to let you, and again, I'm not a judge or a jury, and while I have to defend my client's sort of side of the story, obviously there's always two sides, okay?
Yes, sir.
But I can guarantee you one thing, is that if everyone sort of lays off the YouTube videos, the social media posts about each other, there's most likely the chance of no further actions being taken, okay?
Okay.
Well, tell your client to do it first, but they're looking for me. Well, here's the thing. I mean, obviously, I'm not allowed to just divulge any type of confidential information. I talk to my client, but I will tell you this, that, hey, if all three of you say, you know what, we're just going to lay off, obviously I'm going to tell my client to lay off because, hey, it goes both ways here.
Right.
You're right. And again, I'm trying to, make sure that we all have a resolution here, but, obviously, I'm a civil litigator. I actually don't even like lawsuits. Although I'm involved I'm involved in a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
My job is to try to prevent them. And while cease and desist letters definitely get a rise out of people, I certainly don't want you to take my letter as a sort of an indication to each other to say, you know what, now we're going to ramp it up. I guess that's what
I'm one criminal. This is past civil because she caused me harm for real, exposing my information. So,
and I'll say this.
And that's your prerogative. Obviously, that's your right. Obviously, I'm telling you both our side of the story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely not telling you to utilize your rights in this regard.
Mm-hmm.
But I certainly don't want to see this, get even bigger than what it should have been in the very beginning. But I will have to say that I can't make any guarantees that my client doesn't want to bring charges or bring a case. That's definitely her prerogative.
Mm-hmm.
But she's definitely not going to be happy if she hears that, all three parties are going to be ramping up efforts in whatever way they think possible to try to harm or disparage the other parties.
Right.
You can tell her whatever you want to tell her, but she'll be hearing from me real soon, or the cops, either or.
And then also, the I lost my thought. But yeah, so I'm not gonna entertain her, but I will be talking about this. I'm absolutely gonna let everybody know that she sent this because I find it also interesting. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna wrap it up, but I am gonna talk about this, and that'll be the end of it after that. And I won't say her name. I'll talk in subliminals as she does. But also, you can tell your client this for me. You can tell her that myself and Nietzsche, we're very upset because of the fact that she left people homeless on the streets with her scam. But not only that, we're even also upset because she sent people, her subscribers and her moderators, and Angel can attest to that because Angel has admitted to us that she did it also because Angel's one of the people she sent. She sent people to flag our videos, okay? False flag our videos so that we would have problems with YouTube. My entire YouTube channel was taken for 8 months. I had to fight and go to court and all that to get it back. And so with that all being said, for me to find out that she was behind these things, and also Michi was making over $10,000 per month being monetized on YouTube. And then thanks to Vicky sending people to false flag her videos, she's no longer being monetized. So we will absolutely be obtaining counsel and getting them to subpoena those records so we can prove who flagged us. Because even if she didn't do it, some of her people are saying that she told them to do it. And it's more than one. And we'll just leave it at that. So thank you.
Before you guys leave, I do want to say this. I really do appreciate you giving me a call. I know it's not easy, but I do want to say I appreciate your phone call, and I will relay your message to my client.
Okay.
And obviously, again, my interests lay with my client, but I do appreciate sometimes being the middleman to try to understand the facts.
Yes,
okay?
absolutely, absolutely. Yes, and then
Okay, so I think we've heard enough, beloveds. So here's the thing. You all heard what her lawyer was saying, right? He said that there may not be any further actions. That depends on her. Well, I don't care if there is further actions. I don't care because I didn't lie about one single thing, okay? I told no lies. At the end of the day, I always choose my words carefully. You see, I'm no fool. I am the queen of receipts, and I only talk about things that I can prove, and I show the receipts for that. Anything else that I said that I didn't prove or couldn't prove, I said it was alleged, okay? Or it was my opinion. That's what I said. I never called her a cult leader. Okay, so you all see how that turned out for Wig, okay? It didn't turn out good, okay? And then her attorney started backtracking. But he was talking real tough in that letter. Okay, in those letters he sent us, he was talking real tough. And then you heard him say that maybe the tone of the letter came off as though, yeah, of course. He knew that's what he was trying to do. And another thing, somebody in the chat said, didn't she say that she had a black lawyer? Yeah, she did. She absolutely lied and said she had a black lawyer, but we heard that was not a black man. And then second of all, after she got exposed, after I played the audio and everyone knew that that was not a black lawyer, then she comes back and says, oh, but the lead attorney is black and the law firm is owned by a black man. So guess what I did, being as petty as I am? I got on this live and I called the law firm. And a man answered, and I said, hello, sir, is this a black-owned law firm? And he said, no. There was not even one black person who worked there. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's the fact that she lied about it. It's the fact that she just lied about it. Like, girl, you don't think I can just call and find out with a simple Google search, get the number? And in fact, we didn't even have to look for the number because it was already on the paperwork that he sent for the cease and desist. Not to mention, don't forget that I pulled up the website and showed you all that there was not one black attorney working there. But she's pro-black, but you go and get the man on black folk. Girl, sit down somewhere. That was all hilarious. We next, aka DSB, says, send me his information, Queen. I would like to troll him back. No, beloved, I don't need you trolling anybody, okay? No. Okay, we already took care of it. Thank you for your contribution and for your insight. Okay. Also, we next, aka DSB, says one thing I absolutely hate is when a man pick on one of my sisters. I know, beloved, but she sent him to do it. She sent him to do it. You see how that turned out for her. Okay. At the end of the day, she never filed anything because there was nothing to file, and she knew it. She thought that was going to scare me. Like, girl, okay, I have a whole criminal justice degree. I'm a criminal justice professor. If I don't know the law, I must be crazy. Okay. And we know I'm not crazy because I absolutely know the law. You heard me telling him in the conversation that in order for her to beat us in defamation, she has to prove the 4 elements. Okay. And I named those for him. So yeah, he knew that I knew what I was talking about. Okay. I bet he wasn't waiting. I bet he wasn't expecting that. So anyway, thank you for your other contribution, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings. With that all being said, that's why people should not come for the queen, honey, unless you got some real receipts. Okay, because you too can get the Weird Chronicles. That's all I'm saying. You can get the Weird Chronicles. I can sit up here and do 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, however many videos on YouTube. If you want to sit up here and hate on the queen and just paint narratives and tell lies, I can do equally as many videos on YouTube. Okay? And let's not forget, as it pertains to fake Nancy Drew, I have receipts on her. Okay, when people had said that she was in fact doing some fraudulent things as it pertained to the Shanquella Robinson story. Okay, that's on the internet. Now that's all alleged because I don't know if she really did or not, but I know that's what people said about her on the internet. Okay, and I saw lots of people say they stopped following her after that Shanquella incident. So I don't know if she lied or not, but at the end of the day, don't make me start dropping receipts is all I'm saying. So it would behoove her to stop lying on the queen, to stop stealing my commentary, because honey, you can get the same treatment and you go call your attorney too, and it won't do you a bit of good because hey, at the end of the day, I'm only dropping receipts and telling the truth. All right. So that all being said, everyone please like and share. Okay, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. For all of you who celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving tomorrow and enjoy your family, friends, and loved ones and eat plenty. Okay, and so that all being said, I will talk to you all again soon. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, above all else, keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hey, yo, Nick, hit him with that flavor. All in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got